grab your videos live. You copy, paste, video link, video, mute that, close those. Back, says everybody. Yeah, a take two. Fuck it, we do it live. Yeah, pretty much. Here's the weird thing. Nothing said we lost, like, stream connection. And my KBS, according to Streamlabs, was good. Like, it's sitting right in its regular spot. I've had the KBS go to 0 and crater longer than the split second this did. And it's never told me before that, like, oh, it's never gone, hey, we're not going to notify you that your stream disconnected, and we're just going to let you keep going. Like, I apologize for that. Connection issues today, says MSO. They shouldn't be. No. No. It's not a memory issue. Were you talking Jews again? No, I was playing a video about they're calling it a terrorist attack. A guy stabbed two Jewish people outside a Manchester synagogue on Yom Kippur. So it's kind of a deal. But that's what we were talking about. I did not, King Kong Dog. Again, the computer was working fine. I went into the news story. It was working fine. I really don't understand what happened there. I have no idea. Let's see. Woo, glad it wasn't just me. Already the code name. I'm down. Minnesota's not safe. We live again. Yes, we're back. We're back on Twitch and Rumble. I had to make a new YouTube. You said Ivan and it dropped. Right. That was coincidental. At least I hope. Cyber attack. That's what it was. They targeted me. I would feel look, it would be really sad if someone really took the time and effort to launch a cyber attack at me. Like, it's not worth it. This is not I'm not a big show. People don't really care what I think or say, and it's that, like, I don't give a shit. But, like, yeah, if you're really, how much is wrong in your life that you got to do that? It was the Cubans. Maybe like a lady tiger. That's what it was. Nah, not Jehovah's Witnesses. Did you miss your E? It was a DDoS from one specific group that must not be named. It starts with a J and ends with a... No. I don't rate that. Doubt Johnny's name is on a... I'm getting a little annoyed. My KBS is now going up and down, and I don't understand why this is a thing. We seem to be good now. All right, then. Until Mecton brings Johnny's legs back, cyber attacks are useless. I don't know. Promote, get attacked. I haven't even done that yet. Although I am ironically, like, kind of tentatively not naming it now. So I will. Now I'm just literally doing the show and I'm staring at the bottom screen. Just to make sure. Big Pharma. It is. It's Big Pharma slapping me. Yeah, coincidence. It's an algorithm, not a person. It would be automated. Fair enough. That was a little crazy. Thank you, St. Aaron, for the 100 bits. We are $45 from today being funded, so if you want to kick that out, I had the Streamlabs PayPal and Venmo like posted in all the chats and pinned. If you want to do that, I will pop out the chat. And there we go there. There we go there. Now I gotta put this up, live chat. I really hope this thing doesn't fucking bottom out on me now that I just did all of this again. It's a lot of work. Stop kicking. Control V. You know what I really should do? I should start keeping the stream windows up here. Have this like minimized somewhere. I don't need to see this screen 90% of the time. I need to be seeing the stream screen, which is at 0 again because of the KBS. Fucking. All right. Oh! Is this one, is it live now? It's live now. All right. KBS bullshit, Mikey. KBS bullshit. Oh. And now it's up and down all over the place right now. And I can't for the life of me figure out what the heck is causing this issue. Let's just to be safe, quit that, quit that. Those two are out. We'll see if that helps. Guess who? Hi, Johnny, says Psycho. Hi, Psycho. I'm having a bit of a day. So my streaming software is being problematic. I'm not even sure if you can hear me at the moment because, fuck, I don't know. Might not have connected the audio back up when it went out. I wonder. Let's go find out. Let's go over to Twitch and listen. Did the audio back. All right, thank God it's still there. Still there. Having a day, my man. Looking forward to raiding in WoW tonight. I have a $45 goal, but I don't even feel right about asking for money at the moment because this thing won't stay afloat. So they should slow down the KBS for porn users. I don't know how that would affect my issue. Would mine work faster because I don't watch porn? Like, is that a thing? In which case, I'll take it. I ain't watching the porn. I might as well get the, might as well get the bump. All right, so we were talking about the thing in Manchester, which every time that comes up, that seems to go down. So I'm saying you get faster for no porn. All right, then yeah, fine. I guess I'm fine with it. I don't. You know what? That would be a benefit that I'd earn without trying. So awesome. Yeah, we were talking about the Manchester thing. I don't know if I even want to go back to that because the bit rate be all over the place, yo. But I will admit, finally, the bitrate thing on Twitch doesn't stay red when it's up in the appropriate zone. Although, it did dip twice. All right, hashtag Frito. No idea what we're talking about. No idea. Not really place to worry about it. I'm saying you get faster for no porn. I can't hear you. King Kong Dong, everyone donate to Johnny. So Johnny's got no goal to worry about. I would appreciate that, King Kong Dog. Thank you for that $5. It says we already have 2 banked from YouTube. So then we'll just clear the bank and call the 5 good. So that's done. And $30 for the goal. Thank you very much. You are awesome. And I love you. Alrighty. 5 there. Porn powers it. Porn powers what? A WoW troll got into your computer. I severely doubt that, Chevy JB. I severely doubt that. Why are we talking about man chest hair? It sounds gay, bro. Where's the man chest hair part? That's what I was looking up for. So you're not holding your mouth, right? Oh. Doom, I know you have this like chronic hall monitor thing, so I'll just say this one time. I don't care. Like, I would say this. I care more about the fact that you're a weird hall monitor that has to tattletale to everybody. If I gave a shit what Kevin Brennan said, I'd go look up what Kevin Brennan said. Right? Yeah, I think that's about it. And I wouldn't say that, King Kong Dong. He does a show for more people than me. I'm sure people care about him and what he says. I'm just not one of them. But, like, that's the other part that's really dumb. Like, Doom knows that I don't care. And Doom keeps coming here like, today's the day he's going to give a shit, guys. Today's the... No, guys. I'm going to go in his chat today. I'm going to go in his chat. I'm going to go, hey, it's Doom. I saw this thing because I never get off the internet. And he's going to give a shit today. Like, nope. The most energy I worked up for that was the energy I did to your impersonation. I don't know. I'm not going to say I am or I'm not smarter than KB. I will say this. I don't get why Doom has yet to figure out that my show is not a place to come tell me what somebody said. The hot goss, I'm not a hot goss guy. I don't really give a shit about the hot goss. They're gonna say whatever they want. I've kind of made my peace with that because I say whatever the fuck I want. Like, I mean, so it's just kind of where it is. Anyways, there's your 5 minutes. You're welcome. I'd appreciate it if you threw in for that. That'd be great. So I got my vote. Nuke Israel. Whoa! Jesus, Rusty Grammar. Don't advocate that kind of stuff. We're talking about nuking an asteroid, not even a place on the planet. And it's like the asteroid's going to be here in 2030. So my question is, when are we like preemptively scheduling a nuclear strike? Like, how does that work? So that's why I have that story. So that's where we get with that. Rumble is acting funky, so I'm watching on YouTube now. Well, thank you, Red Scooper. I appreciate that. Rumble might be acting funky because our stream got a little hiccupy for a bit there. Israel is an asteroid. No, it isn't. Its current regime might be doing stuff I highly disapprove of, but I can say with certainty, Israel is not an asteroid. Israel is not an asteroid. Alrighty. Anyways, where were we? I don't know if I want to go back to the suspect in custody making fun of the guy's oddly shaped nose video because we did have a weird dropout when that happened. You know what? Ooh, St. Caesar, I bet you it's your frickin' government that's cracking down on me for reporting this Muslim. Well, I suppose we don't know that. That's they're saying everything but. But yeah, 2 people killed after an attack near a synagogue in Manchester. So I mean, like, maybe that's it. That's why they cracked down on me on the internet. They DDoS'd me, and it was England because I was saying the mean words. I was also criticizing them during the other one about the whole bike thing. So you know what? I'm on board. Fiery Red Podcast. Hey, good to see you. Johnny, do you know where the land came from? I'm not promoting, I've said this repeatedly, I'm not promoting my GoFundMe anymore because I'm having such a trouble finding a place that I don't want people giving me money for a move I haven't been able to figure out how to do yet. So there is effectively no more GoFundMe because The money I have is just sitting there, and I'm still trying to get the whole moving thing worked out. So there you go. What was I saying now? I was on other stuff. What was I saying? I was on my show thing. Oh yeah. Speaking of random shit, I've been cutting back steadily on weed, and if the hands stay good, and the pain starts going away more, I might be able to cut that one way back too. That'd be nice. A lot easier on the cleaning. Probably Johnny Free Space is gone. I gonna have to workshop that and get back to me. All right, so we have 3 hours of a show to do. We're $40 away from being all set. Did I ever pin the thing in the top? I didn't. I didn't pin the thing over here. Did I ever even promote it? Because I had to put it into the chat. I did. I just didn't pin it. There we go. Pin message. Message pinned. Okay, so we're all set on all of those. And I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody on the donations thing, super chats and stickers. Nope, we've got everybody. Good. Aye. All right, so I'm afraid to go back to the news clip about the Manchester thing, but the simple facts is the suspected attacker in the Manchester event, DOA, at the scene, and so we're good. But also not good. I mean, it's a sign of a disturbing trend. Now, where is the video? I want the video of this. Damn it. DUI enforcement. Oh, come on. We have a clip of it, don't we? Where is this out of? California? Of course it's California. I'm going to look for a clip of that. Hopefully before winter for you. Well, this is kind of like the I'm having a lot of trouble getting the worker thing set up and all of that. But one of the big concerns was just because how hard moving around has gotten for me. But in the last 3 days alone, due to a health supplement, the last 3 days alone have been great. I'm less concerned about getting around, so we might be able to make it through. Bo Beardington, $10 to smash those glasses. Dear Lord, no. They're way more than 10, and why would I take money just to smash my glasses? That sounds like a personal wish for you, so no. Yeah, I'm not really. It does, again, I don't know why I don't want people coming here to tattle me about other stuff. It does it involve me? Then yeah, I don't really care. I'm not going to worry about it. So Bo Beardington, not only do your ears not work, but you're somehow able to hear things but not process. I wouldn't take money to smash these. It's kind of weird. King Kong Dong, they're not here to give money. They're here to get attention on the chat. This is the most attention they get in their day. That's why they're here. If they don't have this, they have literally nothing. So being on the screen right now, this is the closest to doing a show or doing anything that they can do. So, yeah. I want those glasses smashed as well. It's not weird. No, it's totally weird. It's totally weird. Well, I tried. Cool. Hey, Johnny, I'm just here for the chat room clout. See, at least Chat Boozmock's honest about it. Free speech is gone. Johnny, I meant. Oh. Do they know what grass feels like? Probably wrong question. LOL, third or fourth most, maybe, but I am not complaining. Let's do a poll. No, it's not your show. This is a show where I let the chat be part of it, but that doesn't. I don't know, Johnny. I didn't know Johnny was this aggressive. This is not me being aggressive. This is, again, weird. I'm just here to say stupid things that have nothing to do with anything, says Mussolini Diff. I'm here for the cigarettes, says King Kong Dong. I know. It's kind of what we figured. I saw that it was bullshit. $30 a month for an ultimate sub. What was Mussolini Diff talking about? $30 for a sub. Did he say something earlier? Now I gotta go back in the chat. Oh, Xbox Ultimate. Yeah. Xbox Ultimate Game Pass website for being able to cancel the subscription crashed due to so many people trying to cancel their subscriptions. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that pretty soon here, it seems like. I, too, am going to be doing that for Xbox Live. I'm not paying $30 a month for that thing. It's okay. I forgive him. You don't need to forgive anybody. Anyhow, let's go Battlefield 6 next week. I don't think I'll be playing Battlefield. I've never played any of those games. So, I did Halo way back in the day. I mean, I've played like the multiplayer, like Battlefield games and stuff, but it's again, that's just not. It's not anything against them, not for me. Never really fit. All right, so California pulling over a self-driving car. I really want a video of this, so we're gonna see if we can find California DUI arrest of a self-driving car. All right, California. Self-driving car. All right, go. All right, so there we go. Boom, got it. Found it. I knew I could find an actual news story on it if I gave it a hot minute. Boom, go.
That's the question San Bruno police are asking after officers
pulled over
a self-driving Waymo taxi. Police say the car made an illegal U-turn right in front of them. It was a first for these two officers. The Waymo pulled over as soon as they flashed their lights, and despite there being no one inside, officers say they were able to talk to a real person from Waymo using two-way communication inside of that car.
So did they get a ticket? Do you guys get to ticket the self-driving car? Does the company have to pay for the mistakes the self-driving car makes? Those glasses are Johnny's signature look. I mean, I don't know about that. A GameStop is staying at $20 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. So pretty much you can cheat Xbox out of that money. Callie is retarded. No ticket. They don't get a ticket? That is redonkulous. Where would my show be if I didn't have a bunch of chatters that watch Chat Room Cloud? Oh, where it is on the days there aren't a crap load of chatters that watch Chat Room Cloud. It would be just fine. It's again, like the Chat Room Clout chasers don't mean much. Like I don't make more or less money on Chat Room Clout days. In fact, a lot of times less. So it might be better off if it didn't have the people who wanted the chat room clout. I don't know. Let's test that theory for a minute. Where's, does it disable it on both of them or do I have to do both independently? So let's just do it this way. And then we'll go here and, oh no, it's already off. Experiment completed. We'll just not do the chat part on the screen today. Oh, nope. No, I was wrong. Ha. Thank you, Mussolini Diff. That's nice. Chat box is still enabled on this one. See, and then we'll do it here. And then we'll test this experiment. There you go. All AI drivers should include how I am driving bumper sticker with a 1-800 number. Why, Brian, why does your lady want a rat dog? That's an actual thing. Oh, Rusty Gamber, what those chat room cloud? It's something, I guess, the people that keep coming here to be on the chat, like, because like in any other show, if you don't want to acknowledge a chatter, you can just ignore it. But mine's on the screen, so it shows up right on the screen. So if I'm ignoring it, it's clear I'm ignoring it and all that stuff. And so they come in here to post it. So that's, and the weird part is, they want it so bad they want it from this tiny little show. Which, whoa. Anyways. Nobody laughs at my jokes, so I'm without clout, says Wild Saffron. I beg to differ, Wild Saffron. You were one of the stars of the day yesterday. In fact, Digger and I both thought you were very, very funny and enjoyed many of your comments. I beg to differ. I'm sorry. I don't feel that's the same. There's also a story about one failing to yield for a school bus with the arm extended. What? Oh, I'm sorry. We've got to disable the freaking auto drive. I don't like the whole there's no human in control of the car. The auto drive car thing has to stop. So we almost ran over a bunch of kids with an auto drive car. So they're going to just let these things keep going. Great. That's going to be an awesome way to do things. Fanatical Bucks fan, Rumble is the only chat. We know how it feels to be ignored. Chevy JB, that one damn near killed me. Oh, it's a cell phone. Gotcha. Thanks. Just kidding. Redhead stepchild of chats. I disagree completely. Back to the corner. What do you mean back to the corner, Wild Saffron? I can't acknowledge it more. Rumble-headed stepchild, says Mussolini Diff. Now it's getting fun. I'm here. You're welcome. Also, just me or does today have a weird energy? There's just a lot of people that want to be fuck around people. So yeah, I'd say a weird energy. I had a false start and a KBS drop that's now I'm watching, and let's see how that goes. Back over here first, and then KBS coming back up again, down again, back way up, ring, like it's pinging all over the place. It's strange. So yeah, I'd call today an especially weird energy. Fiery sending me a link. Auto driver blows by a bus stop sign. I'm not on my Discord at the moment. Seeing as how the KBS is all over the place, I'm afraid to go start up the Discord. In the near future, not only will there be digital ID for your self-driving car, your car won't operate because your social credit score will be flagged. Alrighty, so I just asked the questions. It says Mint Diggity. Right. You just totally asked the questions. Nobody believes that. All right, so let's see if we can we keep going? We're going to tap. You know what? I have to cover video stories eventually. We kind of planned the day around doing video stories. I mean, at this point, I can't really back out of doing the video stories. It would be detrimental. Oh, there goes the KBS down a bit. Rumble-headed stepchild. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. I'm just playing. You know what? Everybody's a rumble-headed stepchild today, as you would call it, because I'm completely perusing the chat because I've been firm in a stance and people are dumb, so I'm just gonna fucking do it this way for today. What else do you want from me? That car was clearly intoxicated. Well, it is the DUI unit of California. So, I mean, how pure was its ethanol? But you got to be able to give it a ticket, right? You got to be able to give the company a ticket. It doesn't seem fair that they get to not get a ticket for a car clearly going the wrong way. That's a violation. So, I don't know. We'll see. The future will have the Dalmain self-driving service when it constantly apologizes for its limitations. Yeah, but at least Dalmain also has, like, you know, top-grade military spec armaments in case of a pinch. That was always entertaining to me. So they hired a cab that in an emergency situation will open fire on the police to get you the out of there. What's that? A top-grade military spec security force? All right, just let me get the Gatling guns a-going. Like, holy shit. That shouldn't be a thing. That's the Second Amendment unchecked, my friend. But anyways, and I have a story about that. We've got a senator who said the Second Amendment doesn't mean any gun for any person. And it's like, well, it actually, if we're going by the bare bones, it kind of does. I I'm interested where that line he's drawing. Is it saying he's saying some people shouldn't have some guns, or is he saying some people shouldn't have guns and some people should have all the guns? Really curious where that line's drawn. Just given the facts that I know about the story thus far. Just curious where the line is. My mother-in-law lost her mind, Johnny. She believes in good now after the Kirk funeral and that he was the same level as Jesus. Look, I don't think Charlie Kirk should have been shot. I wouldn't put him at the same level as Jesus. As a whole, I wouldn't put him at the same level as Jesus. He seems like he could have been a really nice dude. There are some very controversial things that he may have said, but certainly didn't deserve what happened to him. But I don't. Jesus, I'm scared when anyone wants to put somebody at the same level as Jesus. I'm the bottom of Johnny's lists of chatters. No, I'm just ignoring some chats. Wow, sounds like Johnny hated Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I hated Charlie Kirk. No. I didn't think anything of Charlie Kirk. Here's how little I had an opinion of Charlie Kirk. I had to be reminded that he was a big figure in the Donald Trump re-election campaign. Like, I forgot Charlie Kirk was there. Like, RFK's like, no, I wouldn't have been introduced or brought on the stage without the help of Charlie Kirk. And he really, I think, helped rocket me to the position I'm in now in the Trump administration. And I don't think about that at all. I went, oh my God, really? Is that true? Like, holy shit. Richard had 77. What's up, Johnny? Digger's not here. Richard, sorry to tell you. One time I was fishing off Old Skyway Bridge Pier and hooked 2 pelicans trying to catch bait on a sabiki rig. Okay. Rumble's the chill chat. Well, today they're all the chill chats. Kyle, Johnny's the same level as Jesus. The Mexican guy put air in my tires this morning. No, he is not. The Beatles were bigger than Jesus, ergo, they were bigger than CK. Okay. Charlie Kirk was a guy that spoke to people you couldn't pay me enough to speak to. That is very true. Johnny, I want my chat clout, you legless. Wow. There, you got your chat clout. I just read it. Digital ID is lame and gay. Yeah, dude, I didn't even get to digital ID, St. Caesar. I don't know how you did. Hey, Johnny. Well, Prax12, good to see you. Welcome to the show. We don't have the chat on the screen at the minute. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. All right. We have the fucking PayPal and Venmo and stuff at the top. I'm nervous and as I say that, Labglass throws in 20 over on Rumble. Thank you very much. So I'm going to play a little game here and see if I can guesstimate what Rumble's one is. So, all right. Does chat whatever mean anal? If so, I'm in. No, it does not. And you didn't have to pay $20 to ask that question. Why would it mean that? All right, so we're roughly looking at like $30-ish and we're covered. Okay. I'll check the phone in a bit. Speaking of which, I need to keep it over there because the damn thing was. I'm trying to charge my phone back up. I was clearing out my voicemails so that way I don't miss these freaking whatever aid worker setup calls that I'm waiting for, because damn it, I need that. Keith Miller with $1.99 comment. No, I won't. Okay. Actually, no. I apologize. I will comment. Comment on the developing Steel Toe Brennan feud. What? No comment. I know nothing about it, and with that limited amount of information, I feel any comment I make would be an error. So no. There you go. You're welcome. All right, so there we go. There, I'll keep track of that. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Open the apps and then put the phone back on the charger. That's what we're doing. So, it's going to be interesting. We're trying adding B12 to the regiment this this weekend, and I'll put together those videos going forward. Perfect timing on the shit internet. Oh, maybe that's what it is. All right, there we go. Up, down, in and out, animal style. My KBS is going in and out. What the fuck? I am. Oh, and I'm an asshole. Well, we know. We expect that from you, Richard. It's fine. It's expected. It's fine. So, alrighty. Again, I don't. Neither does most people. I don't care about this stuff, so I'm gonna start just like I thought taking the chat off the screen would help, but then I have to filter through them. I might have to start timing people out just because I can't. I don't know if I can make this clear enough. I'm trying to do my own show, and if you don't want to be part of that, that's fine. But it's more pain than it's worth. Not mega dose B12, Johnny. Or watch for nerve symptoms if you do. No, I was actually doing half dose. We're taking half dose. We're going halvesies, tiny dose. So we're not going big on that at all. It's fuck off. All right. Where were we? We were on this. Yeah, let's get back to this. I'm determined to get through this one. We'll do this video. I swear to Christ.
Some people who live in San Bruno say they're actually not surprised.
Well, I do think that they're not exactly great at following all the rules, especially posted signs like that. But also neither are people. So I do hope that they're going to get better, but I don't exactly trust them. I wouldn't walk in front of them when they're sitting at a light like that. I just hope eventually that tech gets...
Great. So you're saying, like, you don't think we should punish the car companies, but you're also at the same rate. So you're like, look, I'm not saying we should racially profile, but every time certain people are on the other side of the street, I clutch my purse. That's not how that works, my friend. That's not how that works.
Better than it is right now.
Police did not issue a ticket, but a new law...
Of course they didn't. Police did not issue a ticket. Yep, we didn't issue a ticket because, if this car keeps just breaking the laws of the road and eventually it leads to someone's... At least we don't have, like, an actual history of the car being cited, so we know that this whole thing has a fucking problem.
Goes into effect in July, allowing police to cite autonomous vehicle companies for traffic violations. Waymo responded to the traffic incident saying Waymo's autonomous driving system, the Waymo Driver, is designed to respect the rules of the road. We're looking into the situation and are committed to improving road safety through our ongoing learnings and experience.
Right, but what if the... No, I don't want to... No.
The data from 4,000...
I was attempting to close this, and we're not getting into... spoiler alert, I watched way too much on the 3i Atlas thing. I am in that rabbit hole. Must have been designed. I can't say who it was designed by, but they're clearly making illegal turns. Yeah, but again, we'll look into this during this learning experience. What if the learning experience comes at, as someone linked me earlier, in fact, dare I open Discord while doing this? Because I closed the Discord. So if I open Discord, it'll just make everything fucky. Shit. All right, but I can look up... let's look up bus... let's see if we can find the story of the school bus and the automated driver. See if we get that with that search. Bus, driving car, whatever. How to start a school bus. Why is there a video? I don't want that. Is money driving automated school bus camera programs? No, I don't want that either. I wanted the video on the Waymo driver that almost hit a school bus. Oh, well, I'm not going to work on that hard. Whatever floats the boat, says Balls Deep. The police are somewhat pleasantly surprised when they pull over a self-driving car instead of hearing... Jesus, Mussolini div. If I run 3 red lights, I lose my ability to drive. They don't even get tickets. Right? That's my point. Real drivers get ticketed when they fuck up right in front of the cops. If I make an illegal U-turn in front of a police officer, I'm at the very least getting a ticket. That's a DUI unit. So they would have totally gone for the, well, we have to see if you're inebriated. You seem to be driving impaired from the whole illegal U-turn thing. And unless I really sold the, like, I'm sober part, which I wouldn't, just from the looks of me, they'd be like, all right, so now we need you to walk, and I'm going to have to explain how that's a whole thing. Long story short, they're going to make me do a breathalyzer. I'm not getting away without that. They're going to make me do a breathalyzer. I'm going to have to blow into something in order to prove I'm not, burp. All right, was in Atlanta. Oh, well, maybe we can look that up. Johnny is a cruel host. No. I wouldn't say that at all. Rusty Grammar is really, really enjoying the chat not on the screen. I will say that. Rusty Grammar is enjoying what we would call chat vacay day. Good for you, buddy, I guess. Yo, what's up? Joey Gregorwitzgrix. That's a long name. Greatest drivers ever. Ask anyone who's ever been to St. Cloud. What are you talking about? Greatest drivers ever. St. Cloud drivers suck. Doesn't matter the type. The car company should be held liable for the car. I agree, Red Scooper. The car company absolutely should be held liable for the car. Dear Lord. I've been pulled over 31 times. No tickets, says King Kong Dong. That's a lot to go through. I'm starting to think laws are enforced unevenly in your country, says Doom. Probably. In this case, it was California. So at the very least in California, I will give my country this. At the very least in California, the odds that a not intoxicated driver gets a ticket for the illegal U-turn, low. They don't seem to be big on law enforcement there. But in this case, yeah, I like, especially with it being a company, because that one program is driving multiple cars. So if this program fucked up, those other cars could be just as bad. Like, this would be like, oh, because this driver, it'd be like if every driver of the same age and gender and racial profile all had the exact same kind of possible issue, or could have. How many cars is this Wago company operating at a time? That's what scares the shit out of me with these things. All right. Got a lot left over from the other day, and we're an hour into the show. We have like $30 or so left. Sarcasm, Johnny. Sarcasm. I know. I was just deadpanning it. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. The complete absence of honking and profanities coming out the vehicle is the first sign it's a self-driving car in Cali. It's a self-driving car. How do you know? It didn't tell me to fuck off. It's the one decent thing. The robots don't tell. Can I have the robots start honking at me and telling me get the out of the road? Just so I feel normal. Just so I feel like it's weird. I didn't realize how attached I had grown to my fellow man calling me a piece, but I apparently have, and the fact that your automated car doesn't is upsetting. So let's please just add that to the repertoire. You just need one bitchy judge that gives the cops shit in court, and they'll stop writing tickets. Oh. And that's where, as a judge, isn't your job to, like, enforce the laws? These cars and these companies shouldn't be able to just do this all willy-nilly. Since starting, have you had a hankering for oats? No, I've not had a hankering for oats. I have not. I have taken my my 4th day pill on the show here. We took our dose numero 4, and still feeling good. The hand still feels really nice. The hand still feels really nice. Alrighty. You're you're one of the good ones. Well, there you go, Josh Denny fan. There you go, buddy. What are we nuking, by the way? We're nuking an asteroid. That's thanks for asking. We'll get back to what are we nuking. My lunch in a microwave. Ba-dum-bum. No, an asteroid. Astronomers want to nuke an asteroid before it potentially hits the moon. And this came to me because of all the other stuff I was looking at with 3i Atlas. This is a different object, though. The object is called 2024 YR4, and it has a 4% chance of striking the moon in 2032. The asteroid would leave a crater about 1 kilometer wide and launch over 100 million kilograms of rock into space. That debris is what NASA scientists are super worried about, and as it would pretty much destroy all of the satellites. So the space rock could weigh anywhere from 72.7 million to 2 billion pounds, and a mission to blow it up into pieces that could take anywhere from 5 to 7 years to develop, with the next available launch window from late 2029 to late 2031. Scientists propose sending 2 100-kiloton nuclear devices to the asteroid, each about 5 to 8 times as powerful as the nuclear bombs dropped off the U.S. on Nagasaki and Hiroshima in World War II. If successful, the scientists are hopeful it will prove the method capable of defending Earth from similar asteroids. So, we're just going to nuke the asteroids. YR4. I mean, kind of. They're like literal letters. Letter Y, letter R, 4. I don't know how NASA names this shit. There's a lot of stuff in space. They got to start doing weird shit to name it. So they just use like the year it was found and then letters, I guess. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I found out. You want to send these boys into space? Fine. I'm sure they'll make good astronauts, but they don't know jack about drilling. Hell, man, I've been doing this for 10 years. Still ain't got it all figured out. He said more than 10, didn't he? Can we send Ben Affleck for real? Yes, Ben Affleck can detonate the nuclear warhead finally. We can't send Bruce Willis. He is still alive, right? Like he's slipping, but he's still alive. I hope so. How do they do? Oh, we did that one a while ago. Chad is making me regret learning how to read, says Brian the Science. I'm sorry. If we nuke a asteroid and rain nuke juice all over the moon, what happens to all the tardigrades? We lost tardigrades up on the moon. They've probably evolved. They've built a whole colony or just living good there. Johnny's horse meat jerky is going to be... No. The hell are you talking about? I'm taking ivermectin pills. I don't take no pasty stuff. Mostly because, as I was explaining to someone else, there's too much of a... We got to start calculating and computing to get the measurements right. It's a lot easier to just go straight to the source and aimed for people. Bruce is more like a vegetable. Yeah, so we're definitely not sending Bruce. I don't know if anyone else from the original cast is still kicking, wants to go. I'm fairly certain Michael Clark Duncan won't be available. Look, a lot of them aren't going to be able to do it. I remember Asteroids for the Atari 2600. I sadly do too. But not because I ever had an Atari 2600, because I played an emulator of it on my computer. Yeah, I get that it's a dewormer. I don't have a business, and so I wouldn't be bogarting and Even if I were, I'm not using that one. Like it's a broad spectrum anti-parasitic, not just the dewormer. Cannot send Johnny. He's not kicking. Not yet, but I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger, Brian. Balls deep. I love the tardigrades. We all love the tardigrades. The tardigrades will be the new Moonanites. They will colonize the moon. We must save the Moonanites from the asteroids, says Mussolini. Moonanites reference after I said that. I'm petitioning for Johnny to get the first med bed. Do we have actual med beds yet? I thought we just had an AI video. Which, again, I say, why would we have to take down the AI video if the video is largely considered AI and we all know it's fake? Why does it also have to go away? Those are questions I have. Mila Jovovich will help. She will provide a flat surface for the asteroid. I mean, why? Plus, how does that help us launch the nukes? Can we put some flame decals on it? On what? The med bed? Why would that make it heal faster? Fanatical Bucks fan saying med beds are a thing. Well, I know there was a video that was confirmed by the White House press secretary. No, I thought we had. I thought Trump shared an AI video. This is how gullible I am. I'm gonna go look up press secretary White. All right. Let's see what it's saying. White House tries to defend Trump after Donald Trump shared and then deleted an AI-generated video promoting a medbed conspiracy theory. White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt defended his actions, saying Leavitt's comments came during a press briefing on October 1st in the midst of... so let's go videos. Let's see someone who has a clip of this. We have the Trump promoting the medbed thing. I don't care about Caroline Leavitt on the medbed AI video.
First thing, I want to ask about this video that the president posted the other day. It was an AI deepfake of himself talking about something called medbeds. What was he trying to communicate to the public there, and why did he delete it?
I think the president saw the video and posted it, and then took it down. And he has the right to do that. It's his social media. He's incredibly transparent, as you all know. You hear from him directly on social media. He likes to share memes. He likes to share videos. He likes to repost things that he sees other people post on social media as well. And I think it's quite refreshing that we have a president who is so open and honest directly himself.
That doesn't seem like that's confirming or denying. I'm hearing she confirmed it. That just seems like, hey, look, he posts stuff. I need to look into this more, though. I agree. I need to look into the owner of 5 Hour Energy has created some med beds. I forget the specific term. Okay. So Liv Tyler has to go to the asteroid now. Well, I don't know about Liv Tyler. Ben Affleck needs to go to the asteroid. I mean, we could send Liv Tyler too. I wonder the cast of. Let's go to Armageddon cast. All right, so look, we still have Liv Tyler. Obviously, Ben Affleck's out. Steve Buscemi and Billy Bob Thornton. We could make that work. Oh my God, Owen Wilson was in that movie. All right, yeah. So we still have Wilson. We don't have Michael Clark Duncan. We still got William Fichtner. Peter Stormare is still available. I don't know who Will Patton is. I guess we could send him. We've got Keith David. Ken Hudson. Oh, that's who. I thought he was somebody else. Grayson McCall. Jason Isaacs. Now I'm getting into people I don't recognize. Eddie Griffin. I didn't remember him being in that movie. But yeah, we could put together a cast. We just don't have We just don't have Bruce Willis. I don't, or Michael Clark Duncan. I feel like that will hold us back a bit. Steve Buscemi and Finchner need to get into it for Steve riding the nuke. Yeah. Please get off the nuclear device. Just wanted to feel the power between my legs. Oh, man. Steve Buscemi. Oh, that's right. Is he still, does he still work for the New York Fire Department? He's been, hasn't he been a firefighter since, before he was an actor, and he kind of kept that gig? And now he, even during 9/11 and shit, hasn't he been a firefighter, the whole time? That's one of the weird things about Steve Buscemi. Isn't the nuclear button next to the Diet Coke button? God, I hope not. Doesn't Donald Trump drink a lot of Diet Coke? Wasn't there a drink button he needed to have, Coke or Pepsi or something? I thought Diet Coke. Doesn't he need a Diet Coke? He has a button just for come bring me a Diet Coke? He just drinks a shit ton of them. God, I promised her I wouldn't shave. I gotta close those. Woohoo! But you're welcome. Steve's acting salary goes to funding the New York Fire Department. That'd be interesting. Right. Catch a ride. I mean, I don't think it's quite the same. As the Catch a Ride program. Because we are still talking about nuking the asteroid, right? As long as we're still talking about nuking the asteroid, I'm going to go, yeah, they're nowhere near the same. Did you see Whistling Diesel did a durability test on one of those walking robots? I did. I didn't actually watch it. Was it very exciting? That's how Scooter went out, riding a nuke to the moon. Well, yeah, but I don't think it's... He went back during post 9/11. Doubt he is still active just due to age. Yeah, he is. After Boardwalk Empire ended, I'm kind of you aren't doing shit for the New York Fire Department, other than fundraising. I'm sure he's probably still big into fundraising. They could probably make a fat dime off of Steve Buscemi's name when he goes and helps fundraising projects. So maybe he does that. I don't think they're putting him out on calls, though. How weird would that be if, the place is burning and you swear to God the guy rescuing you is Steve Buscemi? No, my whole life is going up in flames. All of my possessions, I'm worried for the safety of my pets. Wait, is that Steve Buscemi? No. Boardwalk Empire, Armageddon, fucking Con Air, Steve Buscemi. Is that... Did my continued existence happen because of Steve Buscemi? Is it weird to ask for an autograph from your firefighter not because he saved your life, but because he might be Steve Buscemi? This is strange. That'd be totally fucked up. Dude, that had to be, if I were Steve Buscemi, I would make sure to let everybody know when I rescued them as a firefighter. Don't tell them you're Steve Buscemi, but let them see your face and hear your voice. Let the people you've met go, you know what? I could have swore to God I was rescued by Steve Buscemi. Are we really repeating this? No. I saw a video saying that Trump eats a lot of McDonald's and he shits himself because of it. God, I would... You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. If you're eating a lot of McD's and you're as old as Trump, God, I would hope not. Although, are people circulating that rumor? Because we literally saw an interview with Joe Biden where a lot of us went, dude, I think he just crapped his pants. I think we just watched President Joe Biden shit his pants. I didn't. If I did, you don't have to repeat. I know how it works. I saw a video. All right, so we're caught up with all the chats. God, this has been crazy. It's been a day. We've got 2 hours left in the program, $30 away from our goal, roughly guesstimating. We haven't had a hype train on Twitch if you want to do that. The KBS seems to have been stable enough that I'm willing to try doing other stories. So let's go ahead and give that a go. All right, close this out. Close that out. Government shutdown. Yeah. The vote to shut down the government after it began failed Wednesday. Democrats in the Senate form the party's demands to fund health care subsidies that President Donald Trump and Republicans refuse to provide. Okay, so do we care? The government's been shut down before. I don't know that I want to. Joe crapped himself more than once while at the podium. So that's another one of those, I'd believe it. I don't know if I have that as a story or any information to confirm it at the moment. But I'd believe it just off of the guy's age alone.
Donald Trump and...
But that's also why I'd completely believe if he's eating a shit ton of McDonald's food, that old President Trump might have, let's say, a less than stellar pooper record. Because, again, he's no spring chicken.
Republicans have barreled us into a shutdown because...
Again, no. It's not the Republicans. It's both of you. Because you've both taken a we won't cross this line stance. And because you refuse to let us have two other parties. It's really convenient that you guys are friends with the other side of the aisle, but you won't work together to make things go, to pass. But whatevs. Who cares about the shutdown? Yeah, oh boy, it's shut down. Maybe let's not give fake aliens healthcare. Oh.
They refuse to protect Americans' health care.
Again, that might be right in a broad strokes sort of way, but I don't trust a word coming out of your mouth. Yeah, I don't know that I want to keep going with this. It's got, another minute?
It's clear that the way out of this shutdown is to sit down and negotiate with Democrats.
Yeah, but you're forgetting that your term for negotiation is give us what we want or we say no. Like, again, the clear that the way out of this is to negotiate with Democrats. Neither side is negotiating. You both have said we will either we need something or we won't give you something, and neither side is budging. That's how we got here. And you don't want to budge. You want them to budge to you, and you call that negotiating. Yeah, I don't think we care that much about the government shutdown. It was for the other day. Let's get to this one. I have this clip. I believe in the Second Amendment. I really do. But I don't own firearms. But I don't think people should be prevented from, owning firearms. So that's why I really was curious exactly. I heard that this guy's going to apparently say some people shouldn't own some guns. I'm really curious to hear the context of that statement.
Talk about that, your concerns, and what in the world can we do to stem this tide of gun violence?
Well, first of all, my heart goes out to the families affected in the Mormon community in Grand Blanc and across the country. I was in Grand Blanc just 3 days ago, and this is a peaceable community. To see it torn apart like that is awful. I'm also a physician and epidemiologist, and I know that when you have the scourge of a thing that harms people, you have a responsibility to start asking, how do you actually solve that? And you look at all of the string of violence that we've seen, they tend to have something in common. And I think we have a responsibility as a country to stand together.
Right. Mental illness. We need to start looking into this mental illness stuff because these people are going and they have to do something violent. So we obviously need to look into. We're going to go with mental illness, right? Don't tell me you're going to go with the thing they have in common is they all used a gun.
To stand up for our children, for our elders, for folks just going to church on a Sunday, to say that enough is enough. We need to have a conversation about gun violence, right? The Second Amendment doesn't mean any gun for anyone, anywhere.
Actually, it kind of does. The Second Amendment means any gun for anyone. If the government can have it, you have a right to have it to protect yourself from the government. That is pretty much what the Second Amendment means. Now, are you really telling me you think people will stop attacking people if they're not allowed guns? I got bad news for you. This news story happened before the one I reported on earlier. There was a guy that got really pissed off at a synagogue in Britain, And so he stabbed 2 people, and they were worried he had a bomb vest. So again, it's not the gun violence thing. It's the violent people thing, and we need to start asking what's making people violent. But Johnny, I can't have a tank. Right, but he's going to say, like, it's a right. He did not, Brian, he did not use self-exploding. They were worried about the self-exploding, but yes, you're exactly right. A person, it's, again, in England where they outlawed the guns, the violence just switched to knives, to the point where we get people like Idris Elba going, well, clearly the choice is to blunt the knives. If they're not, if there aren't sharp tips, if there aren't pointy tips on the knives, you can't be stabby with them. And it's just, that's literally where we're getting to. Like, no. It's just we'll take away everything to the point where we're nerfing the walls so you live in a giant fucking bouncy house and then you can't even throw people against an object. Like, that's where we're getting. That's how we stop. And at no point will we be like, do you know maybe some of these people, how they get radicalized or why they get radicalized, we should look into that, or why they think it's okay. Like, we might want to ask ourselves some general questions.
Anytime. It means that we understand that there was a space for this, but not this. Not that people
Knife Free was on fried chicken boxes in Britain.
We need to have that conversation.
Yeah, dude. Again, Brian, it's so bad. They got rid of the guns. Now they're after the knives. Like I said, we just remove one weapon. They're going to pick another. We might want to start asking why these people do these things.
We need to have it urgently. I'm hoping to sit down with folks, everyone, including gun owners, to folks who are.
By the way, you're a Muslim American. You know there's a lot of Muslim American communities that deeply, deeply love their Second Amendment rights. They shoot guns off in celebration all the time. Like, I don't know, buddy. Dearborn, Michigan isn't going to agree with you. That's all I'm saying. Humans are violent by nature. This is very true. Johnny's legs are nerfed. Yes, they are, Los Federales. My legs are, as I've described it before, al dente linguine noodles. They're bendy but frail. We're going to be okay. We're trying to have an intellectual conversation, damn it. What are you complaining about, Los Federales? Hello, everyone. What I missed. Johnny, it finally hit me yesterday. This is what you and Digger remind me of. Okay.
Look, let's get one thing straight, Stewie. The only reason you're here is that my boss ordered me to bring you on. All right? This is my show, and it's a serious intellectual hour of discussion, and I want to keep it that way.
Hey, no problem.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. This is the lunch hour with your host.
Hey, what's up, Quahog? From the station that reaches the beaches, you're listening to Dingo and the Baby.
Dingo and the Baby, 97.1.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't. Except I'm not trying to have a serious conversation. But yeah, that's kind of pretty close. Oh my God, that was actually really, really good. That was really good, Los Federales. Hands, feet, and blunt objects are used to more people than firearms every year. So do drugs. Yeah, but again, they're not going. Well, not yet. They don't want to take away your hands, your feet, and blunt objects yet. When they have such an easy villain to blame. It's so easy to blame the gun because the gun did it. Like, forget the person holding it and their desires, and forget the fact that their desires were strong enough that they could pull a trigger to end a life. If they're like, that's the part that nobody talks about. These people were okay with ending other people's lives. The method isn't the problem. The problem is those people were okay with doing that. You take that method away, and how long until they find another one? Like, isn't that what we say about people who are going to hurt themselves? Like, oh, well, they used the pills this time, but how long until, if they didn't have the pills, they'll find another way. You have to keep an eye on them. You have to, like, we don't treat people who have suicidal thoughts and tendencies. We don't treat them like, no. If you just take away the knives, it's fine. Because they used the knives that one time. If you just take away the knives, it's fine. You don't have to worry about their spiral of self-depression. You don't have to worry about their mental health. They won't, contemplate, like, toaster bath options. We take away the one thing they used. Like, fucking. You can't change human behavior by removing the methods they use to enact it. That's all it is. Los Federales is filing in for Digger with the squirrel of the day. Yeah, filling in. I even read that wrong. Yes, you are filling in for Digger with the squirrel of the day. And I appreciate that. Digger currently, for your Digger update. Need to make a sounder for that. Your Digger update. She is out and about on I think a hike with family members, and then she's getting ready to head to the last leg of her journey that will see her back home in like 4 days. Johnny's exotic opposable thumbs getting banned soon. Thank you, Balls Deep, for the 5. Let's put that into there. Ooh, that puts us really close to taking another 5 off the old Golski. We might make it. We might make it. We got 2 hours left in this here program. I believe in us. We got like $30 of a goal to make. We're close to YouTube kicking another 5 out the bucket. So let's just make sure we're not missing anybody on these. Does not look like we are. And we're good. And just because we never check Cash App, but yep, still good on Cash App. There we go. Did you see that gun was... Did you see what that gun was wearing? It was asking for it. Yes, the guns are dressed so provocatively, we can't help but shoot them. I accidentally dropped ivermectin pill in my goldfish tank. Now I got a bunch of seahorses. That's a weird... I don't think... Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not how that works. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, Jake in the Hudson. I pity the man who can fit into the barrel of a 9mm. So many mental images bombarded me at once with that, Brian, that I had a human freeze moment. I had a moment where, as a human being, I mentally and I had a spinning circle of death moment. Or what do they call those? A Mitch McConnell, as it's known on the streets. Right. So, some guns... The Second Amendment doesn't mean any gun for anyone, anytime. I mean, it kind of does... It kind of does. The right shall not be infringed. Like, that's kind of the whole thing. There's no way that all right. Yeah, so a lot of people all agree with it. I'm not going to keep doing that story. We'll move on. Move on from that one. We've got 2 hours left in the thing and a lot of other stuff to cover anyway. So we'll see how we do. I'm going to check and make sure these ones are all still up and running. Seems like we're good. Oh, dear Lord. Battery-powered toothbrushes? That would be horrible. All right. Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. Just making sure we've got all of these up for us now. And that one, yeah, again, that looks great. So I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know why it's so screwy. Close that. So we've got 2 stories left. Pete Hegseth has a plan to make the military less fat, and our favorite lady from The View had thoughts. So we were going to play her thoughts on The View and make fun of her for a minute. Literally, what is written in the Second Amendment? To keep and bear arms of any type. Yeah, and like the window people try to wiggle through is that, well, the Founding Fathers didn't foresee a future where, you know, the mass firing military weapons that are out there. It's like, right, but the Second Amendment wasn't about just having guns. It was about having the ability to physically resist and fight back against the tyrannical government. Quintessentially, the Second Amendment is about every citizen's right to prevent communism. Well, actually, not communism, a dictatorship. Excuse me. A dictatorship. Like, if it got to the point where the government's trying to hold us down, we all have the right to keep and bear those weapons to prevent, you know, a dictatorship. But Again, that's it, just like the bare bones thing. But still, I wouldn't say it doesn't mean all guns for all people at all times. It kind of does. I mean, that's not the way we even treat it in this country. Most weapons, like I don't think you can go buy a tank, like unless you're Jay Leno. So I mean, like a lot of us really can't get, and most of the good weapons are so expensive. I have everything I need to make I have ever made one. Nope. Nor have any of my guns taken a single. Right, but again, if you wanted to hurt, that's the problem. Like I think it was Russell Crowe that did it in a. Actually, can we find Russell Crowe's anti-gun or Russell Crowe firearm Second Amendment thing? Where is gun or Russell Crowe gun control? That's what we should do. We love quoting Tombstone on here. Not Russell Crowe. God damn it. Kurt Russell. Fuck me. Oh, wow. I've pulled this up before. Where is it?
Yeah, I don't understand the concepts of conversation of the gun culture. We've lived with guns since, what, the 7th century or something? I don't know.
We all know that right now guns is a trope. It's it's not a trope, it's a totem, it's a metaphor that disenfranchised white guys need. It makes them feel good because they're being
You can say what you want. I don't agree with that. So it's not my thing.
But it's statistically...
Well, you can look. If you think that...
Actually, buddy, that statement doesn't air well after whatever this happened.
If you think gun control or something like that is going to change a terrorist point of view, I think you're like out of your mind. I think you're like, I think anybody is. I think it's absolutely insane. The problem we're having right now is that we don't have the concepts of how to turn it around and say, you may think you've got me worried about what you're going to do. Dude, you're about to find out what I'm going to do. And that's going to worry you a lot more. And that's what we need. That will change the concept of gun culture, as you call it, to something of reality, which is if I'm a hockey team and I got a guy bearing down on me as a goaltender.
Okay. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Like, Johnny, do you just love this because he does a hockey analogy and he mentions being a goaltender? Like, no. Doesn't it hurt, though?
I'm not concerned about what he's going to do. I'm going to make him concerned about what I'm going to do.
I get that.
To stop him. That's when things change.
Obama's point was that the guys who are on the no-fly list, list because of terror.
All right. Anyways, so anyhow, so I'm not going to keep going. That's a very, very old clip. We're talking about people being on the no-fly list and being able to get guns. And basically, the point that he made there, like, is the one that again I support. Like, dude, they're determined to do this stuff, so it doesn't matter. Right. Mr. Q clip. AP saying yes. Yes to what? Brandon Sides, back when the Constitution was written, the people had equivalent technology to the government. The government literally would deputize ship captains to fight under their flag. Yeah, but that's not the same. AP saying you can buy a tank. Was looking to buy one for $30K. No motor, though. Okay, so I can buy a tank, but it has to be decommissioned, right? Like, it's got to be rendered non-lethal. Although I say that, like, it is a tank. And let's just think about this for a minute. I was just saying... Fuck, I just unplugged my mic arm. I was saying you can't buy a tank, but the Killdozer guy didn't buy a tank. He built one. He built one in his backyard. He had that tank going like whole hog. You can buy a functioning tank in all aspects. Crazy. I would never have that kind of money. But if I did, not only would I buy the tank and go on regular tank patrols to make sure she's running and we're all up to snuff, I would definitely put up signs on my property saying, warning, trespassing is a crime. Property owner owns a tank. I would advertise that there is a tank. Beware of tank. You know what I mean? I know Jay Leno has one, Rusty Grammar. We played the Jay Leno clip driving a tank the other day. But I don't think his tank is... Oh my God, Jay Leno's tank car. Okay. Color me curious. I don't care about that. Where's Jay Leno driving down the street in a tank? That's the Jay Leno's thing from CNBC. I'll get in trouble for that. All right, I can't play that one. Johnny Rommel is a badass name. I don't mind that name, and thank you for the additional $2. That puts us at 5 off of the goal, which puts us at 35, which with what we've made currently, we're ballparking at 25 because I think we've made 10 off of Rumble and Twitch so far. So thank you very much for that. Boop, boop, boopity boop, bam. Beautiful. I appreciate that. That's awesome of you. Let me switch that back to live chat. Boom. All right, we'll get that up there. The Go F Me show, where you can throw in money to make me do ridiculous stuff to myself to kind of get the goal forward, and our show sponsorship up for grabs, all that stuff, happens next Friday, the 10th. So be sure to tune in for that if you enjoy those activities. Let's clear this off of here and count that down to 35. Beautiful. All right, we'll save that and move over to doing this. Okay. What were we on? Oh, yeah. All right, so we have a Bronx high-rise partially collapsing, so we have a video of that. But I did want to get to this. I don't, although it is What's Her Nut from The View. It is...
really befuddled.
Oh, she's befuddled. Sunny Hostin says that the toughened physical standards for America's service members and calls it a really bizarre thing. Oh, dear Lord.
By why he did that, the optics were terrible, meaning all of our top military brass are all in one place, and we spent $6 million to get them there. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. It also didn't make a lot of sense to me that he was saying that he was going to toughen physical standards and review the anti-hazing policy by sort of implementing a hazing policy. And then also he said he was going to...
All right, you know what? Yeah. I'm listening to her talk about it, and I'm realizing I don't care. I will say this about the toughening physical standards. We kind of have, I don't know, we kind of have had some, how shall we call it, DEI inclusion standards. Dear Lord, thank you, St. Aaron. Just do that, because... otherwise, people could assume things. So it's like those standards have slipped, so we're kind of bringing that back. I don't know about the hazing thing. I'm curious. I will say on this, like, depending, like, some, like, and no offense, we're asking these people to go into war zones and shit. They should be able to handle, like, you know, name calling and stuff. But I don't, if we mean hazing by, like, the drill instructors breaking people down and really to the point where they're ready to crack, and seeing how they react, that's kind of a necessary thing. I mean, how it's done, I guess we can talk about what's right or wrong, but...
Return...
No, I didn't mean to click that. Ooh, maybe my hand is slipping. I just got to give it more time. We just took the pill like an hour ago. If I don't kick in super fast, we'll be good by tonight. Otherwise, if I'm not, that would be the first day of not feeling way better. If we got our boost and if it starts fading. I will say this, I've smoked less weed. This thing holds next to nothing. Like, that's the fun part for everyone's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't smoke so much weed. You realize this doesn't really hold a whole lot of weed. I was saying yes to you keeping that clip from Kurt Russell talking about a goalie. Fully functional tanks are insanely expensive, though, right? We can't afford them. It's the ammo they restrict, not the weapon. They'll sell us the guns, but we can't buy the bullets. Son of a bitch. Now, I've made like 30-06 rounds and 12-gauge shotgun shells for a class in high school. How hard is it to like pack and press a... What are they, like 10-meter shells or some shit? How hard is it to load a photon torpedo into a tank tube? And can I make one at home? That, I guess, is what I'm questioning about. Isn't Alex Alex Jones also has a tank? What is an MRAP? MRAP. Anyways, I was saying yes to keeping the clip. Tanks require a special license to build the ammo. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really hard to fucking to load up the bullets. Okay, so we've got that figured. So we're not gonna make it with the bullets. We'll probably we'll be boned. So yeah, I'm not gonna break down. I just realized I'm just in a not caring what Sonny Hostin said mood. It has, again, it's one of those, if you didn't hear it, does it matter? I wouldn't have heard it, so. Armored personnel carrier is what a MRAP is. Oh. Like a striker. Okay, well, Sherman Tanko ammo is like 2.5 feet long, and the part that shoots it is the size of a 20-ounce bottle. Good luck. It's just going to be, it's going to be difficult, is what you're saying. There goes my tank hopes. All right, so as soon as this ad gets over, we have a story from a 20-story building, a Bronx high-rise, partially collapsed after a 20-story or after a boiler room explosion. All right, so we don't have the video of the explosion. We just have a video of the high rise after it exploded. What? I thought this was supposed to be any second now. Come on, advertisement.
What caused today's partial building collapse in the Bronx? A frightening scene as that
we do have some video of it.
20 stories onto a courtyard below in Mott Haven.
Oh, that would freak the fuck out of me, man. If you're in that area and that whole thing just starts, welcome to America where it's so great.
Stories onto a courtyard below in Mott Haven. It's sent scene as that debris tumbled nearly 20 stories onto a courtyard below in Mott Haven. It sent residents running for their lives, and incredibly, no one was hurt. But as Naveen Dhaliwal explains, some neighbors are just too shaken to stay.
Oh, really? I mean, the boiler room exploded, and we lost a whole side of the building. Why would you be worried?
A safety fence now surrounds a collapse zone here at the...
Right, the collapse zone, but we're letting people live inside the building. Guys, the building could go at any minute. What the fuck? 120 millimeter smooth bore, says Mr. Q. Okay. We can armor plate Johnny's wheelchair. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Mitchell houses, and officials say 38 apartments have vacate orders, and residents who are able to stay in their apartments aren't so sure they want to. By nightfall, the scene was secure and calm, a contrast.
Yeah, I don't blame a single resident who's like, I'm not sure I want to stay in this place. You know what I take this as? A sign from God that I should grab my pets and go.
To Wednesday morning.
Again, why would anyone want to stay when this happened?
Morning. When a thunderous boom at 8 a.m. echoed throughout parts of Mount Haven.
It was a big explosion, and it's scary. It sounded like something blew up.
Yeah, because something blew up, and it took a shit ton of your building with it.
City officials say the force came from the boiler room at this NYCHA-controlled building at the Mitchell houses. Pressure shooting up.
Oh, no. Does controlled building mean like rent controlled, like Section 8 housing?
Chimney shaft, sending bricks from the Alexander Avenue building crashing to the ground.
October.
So no one died? So far as I know, no one died. So far as I know.
First is when the city turns on the heat. So there was an individual downstairs that was turning on the system. And this is an investigative theory that the pilot, before it was lit, caused this incident to happen.
Destiny Copeland had just finished feeding her infant son inside her 16th floor apartment.
The people was just down here just waving. They said, get out, it's collapsing. I grabbed my 3-month-old and I just left.
Crews sifted.
What about his dad? What about the 3-month-old dad? Did you call his dad at work and tell him don't come home? Or come home but don't go in the building? What about the baby's dad?
Through the rubble.
Did you leave the baby's dad to die? Has it gotten that bad in your relationship? You said, we're going to leave him there. You grabbed the kid and you're like, I'm out. If he didn't wake up, it's not okay.
Secured the building. NYCHA is now helping 140 residents who are now displaced. Copeland isn't one of them, and she can't bring herself to stay in her apartment, even though officials say hers is safe.
It's scary, and it's a little traumatizing. You never know what may happen.
According to city records, 205 Alexander Avenue has 2 active violations from the Department of Buildings dating back to 2020 for unsafe facades, the most recent in February of 2024. Now,
so, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching the effects. And by the way, isn't like New York, if they elect Mondani, isn't he going to push for a lot of this stuff? So yay, government controlled housing. Ooh boy, isn't it grand.
Now, as the cleanup continues, residents here say they have many building issues and want them fixed.
We got water problem, we got mold problem. We got leaks. Y'all need to come out here and fix everything, not just this one thing.
NYCHA contractors are here and they're addressing any remaining loose bricks. Right now, the collapse is under investigation, and thankfully, no one was hurt.
Not even the guy that lit the boiler room on fire. Strange. So even the guy that lit the boiler room on fire, Wanda Sykes. No, Magic. That was not Wanda Sykes. All the copper got stripped so hard they collapsed their building. I don't know. That didn't look like. Listen. There's the Midwest has had its share of meth issues, and so like I've learned to notice a few signs of meth. There was no signs of meth in that story. Beggars can't be choosers. I mean, kind of, but I was more saying that the government running it, like, because you get these people that apply for these contracts and the government run like housing things. These people cut these corners because they're trying to make money off of all of this. The government's like, no, we'll help subsidize this so it's paid for. And they're like, all right, but you guys are paying bare minimum. I want to make as much money as possible. So I'll just fuck over these people left, right, and sideways until I lose the gig. It's not like I have to pay the money back when I lose the gig because of all my failures.
In Mount Haven,
you'll go find someone else to buy the contract. They'll pick that thing up at a loss, and they'll have to buy their way out, and they'll end up going down the same exact rabbit hole as me. And the cycle continues.
Hollywood, CBS News, New York.
All right, so yeah, she's just literally done. I don't care. She's done. No, there was nobody in the rubble, Magic 8 Ball. There was nobody in the rubble. Gonna have to take that leg brace off. The dad wasn't there to begin with, question mark, says Red Scooper. That's what it's starting to sound like. 8 a.m., you know dad wasn't at work, says Wild Saffron. Well, 8 a.m., like, well, so then if he wasn't at work, why wasn't she getting him? I don't understand. Government contracts are legally required to go to the lowest bidder, says Brian the Science. That seems kind of effed up. Because, well, I suppose they go to the lowest bidder because they want to spend the least. But again, that's where you get the problem of you get somebody who's willing to get that contract to go that low and make so little money. They're going to, again, cut these corners. They're not going to clean up mold issues. They're not going to fix your leaky pipes. Why? What's in it for them? Less money? Unless they can bill the government for it. And hell, when you get systems that do let people do that, you get what we have in Minnesota, where everybody lied and took advantage of the program. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. An entire community of people came in and lied and took advantage of the system and completely abused it in my state. All right, so we're done there. We're done with the building collapse story. Hey, we've got an hour and a half in the program. We finally finished hour 1. You guys are amazing. Kids, what do you ask the nice man? Kids, are you my daddy? That's not, I don't know what we're saying about that. That's not nice. That is not nice, sir. I know Mexicans that can get it done cheaper. Where? What? Rebuilding the side of the building? I'd dare to say that's more than a 5-man job. They blew up the boiler room. I don't think we're going to get that done with 5 guys. Not even the sandwich shop. All right, let's go. We have I have some relaxing stuff. And ooh, we do have that. I don't know if I want to do that just because it's sad now. All right, where was the veterinarian? I don't know. That's a rip and read. We may not grab that and go with it. What keeps contracts from going to the highest, from going to the biggest kickbacks? Yeah. But it also means the people picking up the contracts are motivated to undercut their residents. It's a really weird system in general. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The boiler was probably made in Canada. I don't know, Magic 8 Ball. That or China. It was made in China. Catching up with the chat in the Rumble chat. 8 a.m. We covered that. Boom, 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 boom. Why is Magic 8 Ball's misretracted? And we're good. And we're good. All right, so we've reported on this before in years past, and it's happened again. The Fat Bear Week. In fact, we'll let this guy do it. I should probably pull the audio down because it sounded like he had a booming voice coming out of this. Alaska started this competition of keeping track of their bears as they plump up for the winter season. And it's become a big deal to the point where now people all over this country celebrate Fat Bear Week. And I don't celebrate it, but good God, if it doesn't like poke me a little bit curiosity wise, like, oh my God, really? Fat Bear Week? What? We're doing Fat Bear Week. Okay. Let's go and play.
Well, the anticipation is over, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner. Chunk. A towering brown bear with a...
So we have a bear that we just literally named 32 Chunk. He's got what looks like a very lazy jaw. And good God, did someone cut his face shaving?
Broken jaw has taken...
Okay, so it's a broken jaw. He's got a broken jaw.
The top prize in Alaska's popular Fat Bear contest. This is Chunk's first win after narrowly finishing in second place the 3 previous years. The annual competition for the...
I'm amazed that he's been competing every season. Clearly, his coach in the offseason this time really helped him get there. I feel like his press manager may have dropped the ball with 32 Chunk.
Those who haven't been following it, it allows viewers to follow 12 bears on live webcams. Then they can cast their ballots in a...
That's the scariest part of all. We talk about people that are chronically online. I feel like people that are constantly watching the bear fattening videos, we got a problem.
Bracket-style single elimination tournament. This year, the competition attracted more than 1.5 million votes from across the globe. And by the way...
All right, now, is he hunting for fish or taking a dump? This bear could be either looking for salmon or he's taking a shit. Does a bear shit in the stream? I don't want to know. But if a log suddenly appears, we'll have our answer.
Weighs an estimated 1,200 pounds. 6 tons of chunk.
I know, and
He just likes saying chunk. I'll admit, I enjoy saying chunk too, but fat shaming the poor bear. Actually, no, Mr. Q. He is celebrated. So I would say we are not fat shaming. We are fat celebrating. The whole point of this competition is before the winter season where they hibernate. I can't wait to shave so freaking bad. Before the winter season when they hibernate, they gain as much weight as possible. And we apparently this sanctuary in some part of Alaska started Fat Bear Week, at a week where it's a competition, who wins, who loses, and they don't do anything to feed the bears. There's no you know what? I would be surprised, but also not surprised because of humans and our society in general, if somebody decided to like try to fucking hedge the bets to fatten a bear. What's the Vegas line on 32 Chunk? Yeah, drop off a side of beef for 32 Chunk. He needs to... We got to fatten that fucker up the minute he's in a blind spot. Richard had saying, this story is unbearable. Well, don't worry. We moved on. He's a big bear. He went out for a pack of Newports. Oh, my God. I didn't realize that. Johnny, don't talk about the bear people watching those vids. Your girl watched bird live streams for months. Yeah, and I ridiculed her for that too. And she got like, and I told her like, that's weird. That's weird. Like she was but in fairness, to defend my girl, she was watching baby birds and then mature and leave the nest. It was just the birds in the nest. And I will say, to an almost odd degree, it weirded me out how excited she was that they just knew to poop outside the nest. She's like, no, they didn't have to be trained or anything. They just realized when they have to take a shit to get on the edge of the nest and lean their ass over and take a dump. And I'm like, yeah, no, cool. She was very fascinated and excited for the fact that the birds knew to poop outside the nest. And I'm like, okay. Weird. It's weird. It's just as weird. And I'm saying if you're like reporting on it, like I am, because it's news, is acceptable. Calling it anything else. I think it's still called Katimi in Alaska. Okay. So that is the area. Shouldn't the boiler already be lit for hot water? Wild Saffron, not if it's a heating boiler. Especially in a lot of older buildings where they may have like radiators all over the place. They have to use a boiler to literally heat the water in the system that heats the radiators. So not necessarily. There were 41,000 people watching eagles hatch. It was cool. Fuck the haters, says Wild Saffron. I will say this. The Eagles thing, it wasn't like it was a competition and we were watching to see the winners. It was just nature being nature. This is, again, we're celebrating the bear that can pack on the most poundage in a week. That's, I feel like that's more of a sign of societal decline. Or maybe we're just really in tune with animals and I'm being a dick. Both of these things are possible options. I don't really know if I want to report on this one too much. A rural Iowa teenager was apparently shot by a fellow hunter who mistook him for a squirrel. And I just, yeah, I don't know, something about today. I'm just not in the mood to talk about it. Like, it just wouldn't, feels weird. I don't know. So we reported it happened. If people really want to hear about it, I can go grab it again. We do have our second and third hour stories left to go. We're looking at like I don't know, 20, like 30, $25, $30, and we're banked out for the day. Otherwise it gets risky. We'll check our phone again in a little bit. We've got an hour and a half in the program and other things to talk about. So the FDA, we did stories recently. The FDA recalled radioactive contamination in shrimp. Well, now they've found it in spices too. And it's not any particular type. It's a specific type. It's cesium-137. It's a radioactive isotope created as a byproduct of nuclear reactions, including nuclear bombs, testing, reactor operations, and accidents. It's widespread around the world with trace amounts found in the environment, including soil, food, and air. But they found it in a shipment of... Federal regulators have detected a possible radioactive contamination in a second food product sent to the U.S. from Indonesia. Wasn't the shrimp from around that area too? Recalls potentially tainted shrimp continue to grow, and the discovery adds questions about the source of the unusual problem. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration officials last week blocked an import of spices from PT Natural Java Spice in Indonesia after federal inspectors detected cesium-137 in a shipment of cloves sent to California. Uh-oh, California can't have their clove cigarettes anymore. That follows the import alert imposed in August on the company PT Bahari Mukmuri Sajati, or BMS Foods, which sends millions of pounds of shrimp to the U.S. each year. So, yeah, so these guys are either moving nuclear material and it got into our food sources, or what? Like that? Why are now it's in two different things. I mean, before I was willing to believe like Fukushima reactor, that could have been the source, but now it's going on. What's going on? What you're going to want to do is sprinkle a little bit of radioactive on your chicken right before you put it in the oven. Mr. Q, clove smokes are nasty. Yes, they are. So Old Bay is still safe. Possibly. Mr. Q, damn you, Chernobyl. I mean, not wrong. In the furry world, I'm sure that someone is getting turned on by fat bears. Oh, dude, why'd I have to read up to that one? Aaron's going to be on Fat Bear Watch in jail. Fukushima seafood, now available at Walmart this week. Right? Did we nuke Indonesia at some point? No, like we didn't. I don't think we did. Unless someone did like nuclear testing, I don't think so. It's just weird that it's happening right one after the other, because it's a couple months ago it was the shrimp, and that's like a growing problem. So it's, where's all the nuke stuff coming from? I get my spices from Sri Lanka. Well, I'm struggling to think of any time I've actually cooked with or used clove. Just in general, I don't think I've ever cooked with clove. I don't know why anyone would. Why would you cook with clove? St. Aaron saying, my money, it's the containers. Not enough of diluted radioactive metal in the standard metal. But then what are they shipping that's getting the radioactivity in there? Or are you saying the metal to make the containers? But the containers aren't new, I don't think. I get spice from the local strip club. She's an amazing That one was good. I'll admit, I enjoyed that one a lot. I bake pies and cakes with clove. Really? I personally never have. Never have. Never used clove. I'm not a clove guy. Clove is used in like pumpkin pie and all kinds of weird stuff you bake. Okay, so maybe I've eaten clove. Certainly, I've never. Can you believe this? Never made a pumpkin pie. Although I did make a pumpkin bake. Oh my God. So like you make like a kind of like a noodles and meat. Well, not really noodles. You don't need noodles. You make like a stew or almost like a chili, I guess. And I forget what it was that we made that we put in it. It was a white sauce with meat, ground beef and stuff, but it was like seasoned ground beef and everything else. So you made like a soup and you put it inside a pumpkin. You hollow out the pumpkin. You put it inside the pumpkin after you've cooked the soup, right? Then you put the pumpkin in there and you bake the fucking pumpkin. And then you take the soup with the pumpkin sides of the fruit. I didn't realize how good pumpkin was until we made it that way. I couldn't stop. God, that was good stuff. Dear Lord. Ate a crap ton of that shit. All right, so I've got a local story. I've been bagging on Britain for stuff, so I feel like we should probably make fun of a few things of Minnesota origin. Homeland Security says half of all migrants in the Twin Cities have committed immigration fraud. Way to go, Minnesota! Half. Does this have a video with it? What is this? Why is it a picture of a video? That is strange. So someone put a screenshot of a story with a video. All right, well, we'll go back to this. So half of the Twin Cities, nearly half of all migrants in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, were found to have committed some form of immigration fraud during a recent sweep by immigration authorities, officials revealed Tuesday. All right, so cue the countdown to a lot of Democrats going, no, that's ICE being racist, and they're just picking up anybody who doesn't fit, or they're just picking up anybody who's an immigrant, whether they're legal or not, and just saying it. Nearly half officers encountered blatant marriage fraud. Ooh, visa overstay. People claiming to work as businesses that can't be. All right, that one's not new. Forged documents, abuse of H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visa. We have a Formula One visa. How fast is it? U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS Director Joseph B. Edlow told reporters on Tuesday. Blatant marriage fraud. All right, so blatant marriage fraud. Awesome. Officials didn't point to a specific group, but the Twin Cities has been a massive uptake. Yeah, no offense, guys. Officials didn't point to a specific group. There's only one. There is literally only one. Let's go over to this. Nope, that's not a video story. Alrighty. I have to run and use the bathroom right quick. I'm gonna pop my camera off the screen and BRB. So let's put the music up here while I run and use the potty. This literally almost never happens that I have to go to the bathroom. I am so sorry. Here we go. There. Lord, let's keep the music a little low. I will be right back in just a second. Where's the thing here? And I apologize. We'll be right back.
Government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's over.
Okay. All right. We just got back here. All right. Get myself a don't spill your water, Johnny. Thank you, Red Scooper. Technically, I mean, I went to the bathroom. Where's my camera thing? I went to the bathroom, so I mean, doesn't that count as water spilling? Doesn't that count as water? I'm pretty sure that counts as spotter. Saint Aaron saying, marrying your brother is imagination law fraud. Good thing it's not, because I'm a citizen. Thought you made pumpkin pie. I did, hun, but I don't see. Turn the lights off. All right, I'm not sure how that goes. Radioactivity. Criminal oversight. One for sure has even banged her own brother to get citizenship. Yeah, it's not a good look with the Homeland Security thing. Let's go back to that. Oh, I just realized I can see my keyboard in my reflection. It's kind of crazy. All right, so, all right, officials didn't point to a specific... Oh, dude, this person even pointed out that they posted a question asking. So, they posted a question. Where is it? Let's go to here. Fraud. Ilhan Omar married her brother, according to marital records uncovered by Steven Crowder. Given her repeated expressions of hostility toward America, and Open Secretary Rubio should move forward with denaturalization proceedings and deportation. Oh, dear Lord. So she married her brother? How does that... All right, I'm going to be honest. These documents, how do they prove she married her brother? A male near Sahad Elimi Ilhan. Does that say Amadeus? I feel like it says Amadeus. Ilhan, what? Omar. All right, I'm going to be honest. I don't understand what I'm reading. Because now it says Abu Dhabi. I don't get what. All right, so these, you know what? Supposedly this proves it. I don't know what that proves. I can't read that thing. Ilhan Omar Elimi. She was a rich Somalian. That makes sense. Wild Saffron. How long before we call 911? We don't need to. I'm okay. Honestly, it was touch and go for a minute. It was touch and go. But we're fine. I was hoping to wait till the end of the show. Normally this is the way it goes. Since I've been doing shows in my studio, I've kind of biologically timed my body to certain points in time. So, like, right before I got to go on the air in the morning, right before I go on the air in this one, and then afterwards, I have no idea. No, like, Clippers Unite, no, in the fact that I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. I'll get my update on Monday, or if what some people are saying is true, a while from now. So, yeah, I'd say no. I'd say no. But I clearly don't know. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. Let's mark it. Let's dot it, cross it, and mark it with a B. Stick it in the oven for baby and me. Call that there. Okay. So we have like $35 to make. I could check the phone in a bit. Let's find like a story to do. We were talking about the half of all, or was it half or 70%? Now I got so far down this rabbit hole for Ilhan Omar. What was the actual? Nearly half. All right, so it was 50%. 50% of all Twin Cities immigrants, not one type of, mind you, broad spectrum immigration fraud. One type or another, doing something, and then the blatant marriage one is just the icing on the cake. If ever we had any of that. Edina man indicted on $975,000 COVID fraud scheme. Yeah, we're still all dealing with all the other fraud that the Somalian community has been committing in Minnesota. To find out they're committing immigration fraud too is not really surprising. Because I'm going to be honest, it would be on par with the trend. It would make a fair amount of sense. Why taping your mouth shut is bad for you. I could have swore we had a YouTube thing also. Maybe I didn't click it. Which one is this, or did we already do it? Oh, yeah, we have. This is the other Minnesota story. So this was the story I wanted to play, so I had something to play while I ran to the restroom. Instead of stepping away like a douche canoe. Ew, I thought that is illegal. What's illegal? Marrying your brother or sister? Apparently not if you're Somalian. It's true, Johnny, as Alex would say. It's documented, it's verified. Well, we showed the documents on the screen. I couldn't decipher what any of that actually meant. I need somebody to explain what X, Y, and Z equals. I'm sure it does. But again, it's documented, it's verified. She married her brother to get in the country. Here's my thing. I don't like the idea that you can be someone who publicly gets on a stage and says you're pro another country and you get to serve in the government. Personally. I believe that this in this country before the other. But if we did that, we'd have to also say everybody who is uber supportive of Israel should maybe not be in the government. I'm not saying you can't support another country. I just feel like, again, if you want to be in charge of this one, you should have that as your focus. That's kind of my thing. I feel like if you're from another country, let's say you're a first-generation immigrant, fresh off the boat, you just got here, and you want to serve in the Senate. You married your brother to make your dreams happen. Good for you. But if you're doing that, I would think you should be someone, on the subject of Somali, what are your thoughts on Somali? Well, I am a Somali American. I'm from there, and that will always be a part of me and a place in my heart. But I'm here in this country, and I work for this government, so my focus is on the people in my district in this country. But that's not what we get. We don't even get that from Jacob Fry, who goes on and does his what is it, Swati or whatever that language is called, fucking vote for me thing. After they literally neutered your candidate, they have the balls to go, no, please vote for us. Not that they'll lose that vote either anyway, but, what are you going to do? Link to the Jake W. John. Yeah, we're good. Well, hello, link to the Jake. In the UK, incest is okay. Yeah, we discovered that. We discovered with all of the familial marrying that now first cousin marriages are just the tits in the UK. In the UK, marrying your first cousin is just star-spangled awesome, which I don't agree with. But what are you going to do? Anyways, given the premise of this show, we'll pull up the video story I was going to play. Before we do, I'll do one quick break here to check the phone. I didn't get any notifications, so we're probably good. Right, we'll see where we're at. Might be a little close to bingo today, which would suck. Yep, there we are there. Yep, there we are there. And yep, there we are there. All right, boom. Okay, so let's get over to that. Thank you again, Clippers Unite, for your $1.99. Let's go to this one. Minnesota's had an ongoing issue with marijuana, and so I didn't want to just do the immigration story, so we call it I guess Minnesota Minute or something. Our hot cuts of Minnesota. Let's do that.
The first business licensed to retail cannabis in Minnesota is still fighting for the right to open in the city of Albert Lea. A judge recently gave him a big win, but the city is not.
I hate this state so much. So let me get this straight, guys. Marijuana is legal. It's recreationally legal. You just you can't buy it anywhere, because the places have to have permission to sell it. We got a place that got permission to sell it, but now they're having trouble opening because I hate to make... How is it Minnesota is fucking up this bad on marijuana? Is it legal or not? It should be that simple. This should not be this hard. Link to the Jake. Hello. Yeah, we saw you. I see you, buddy. We see you.
Giving up no matter the cost. Fox 9's Corin Hoggard has the latest legal developments and why they could become very expensive for taxpayers.
Jacob Schlichter excitedly showed us his smoking tree space in June, the week he got the state's first cannabis retail license. 3 months later, it's almost just as empty.
We were set to open the next day after getting that state license and city registration, and all of that fell apart.
Albert Lee's city council blocked his business license, which has prevented him from opening. It wasn't mentioned at the time, but city leaders later said Schlichter's 2017 misdemeanor conviction for contributing to the need for child protection or services gives them pause. But that charge does not disqualify a cannabis business applicant, and it's older than the 7-year look back for background checks.
The only one breaking the law would appear to be the city.
A judge ruled last week that Schlichter was unquestionably the first Albert Lee retailer with a state license, so the city broke its own first-come, first-served ordinance when it denied his license. The court ordered Albert Lee to issue the business license or come back October 13th and explain...
Oh, dear Lord. Look, I mean, yes, we're legalizing marijuana, but come on, 420 hats. I mean, I do smoke at 420, but still, like a hat, really? Do you want to be that kind of a douche canoe? Do you want to go out and like, hey, man, I got a hat, 420, dude, bro. Whoa, come on, no. Can we be a little more adult about it? It's recreational. It should have been, but this, well. Didn't we have Make America Stoned again, too? Now I got to see that. Yep. Keep America stoned. I will say less enthused about hating on these just because I feel like that might be a wise message. I think if we had more people smoking a little bit to like de-stress, we'd probably be better off.
When it denied his license.
But
the court ordered Albert Lee to issue the business license or come back October 13th and explain why it hasn't complied with its own rules. City manager Ian Rigg tells me the city is choosing the second option, so the only thing burning out of Smoking Tree is cash. There is a potential cost to Albert Lee taxpayers in fighting this lawsuit. Outside lawyers were hired to work the court case, and Schlichter's attorney has asked for damages. The initial court ruling says he has suffered a financial injury. The city manager tells me their liability insurance provider hired the outside attorney, and the city hasn't received any bills yet, so the cost is unknown.
So because a bunch of people want to be douche canoes, preventing a guy they gave a business license to from starting said business, people in Albert Lee could pay a lot of money because Rich Murray and his friends are douchebags.
Back on July 28th, when the city council voted to deny Schlichter's business license, the city's attorney said a lawsuit could reach 6 figures if they tried to block cannabis altogether.
We would expect to spend, if a legitimate defense of that lawsuit would cost easily $100,000.
The city opted instead.
Great. God, my state is retarded. My state is retarded. It shouldn't be this hard to allow people to sell cannabis in Minnesota. It should not be this hard. Simple, like I disagreed with the whole equity thing with the license distribution, but I understand we don't want like outside people that have been growing in other places like monopoly. I understand, but yeah. Once we give you the permission to open the weed shop, I feel like you should just be able to open the weed shop. It seems like a weird take, I know, hot take from this guy over here, but you can just kind of sell the weed. You've got the reason to. Give it another 5 years. The clock is running out on those old geezers. Oh. But that's just Albert Lee. That's the other problem with this is every area in the state is allowed to treat it its own way, and that was kind of the appeasement because there's a lot of more conservative value places are like, we don't like that devil's lettuce going around here. And it's like, oh, F off. Just give the word, Johnny. I don't know. What's the word? I mean, I've heard, everybody's heard about the word, but that was bird. Bird is the word. But yeah, it should be just that simple. I don't understand why it isn't. It is a little annoying. Report on people taping their mouths shut. I don't know if we want to do that. We've got an hour left in the program. I might load our third hour stories so we can go through that stuff. I am feeling just a little, I should maybe quit using that for now. I didn't have any of my caffeinated water, so I'm feeling a little run down all of a sudden. It's okay. Spent too much energy to run and go use the bathroom. I should have refilled the water. But hey, if I did, I would have spilled it. You'd think Minnesota would want the taxes from the marijuana sales after all the governor has the state broke. Wild Saffron, you're absolutely right. And they do. They want those taxes. And they get them. Just off of the reservation run dispensary that I've been to in town, they get that tax money, boy. Let me tell you. Like, prices are stark raving reasonable for marijuana as a longtime consumer. But, oh boy, when they got to slap that tax on there, who damn. And you know the business isn't getting that tax money. It's not like the business or the industry is collecting any part of that tax money. It's going straight to a government that I completely detest because of how bad it's managed so many parts of the state. And the rampant fraud it's allowed because, lest we question people and be racist. That would be so wrong. We can't question all these people that keep committing fraud. We can't say that group does it, so we should suspect that group of it since it happens there. No, that'd be wrong. What's wrong with you? Are you racist? All right, so we have our third hour stories, which are vacationers let an AI plan their trip. We're going to find out how that went for them. I've got a news story about an internet outage in Dallas due to a bullet. So somebody shot out the internet in Dallas. Maybe that's why my KBS was up and down. Somebody was firing off a gun. We've got the UK decriminalizing bike theft at train stations. And then we've got the... what is it? We've got a flood take out multiple homes in North Carolina, so we'll check up on that. Detroit apparently has an alligator on the loose, so we're going to check up on Detroit. I didn't think Detroit was really alligator territory, but apparently there have been credible sightings of an alligator in Detroit. So it's got to be like a small one, right? Like a pet. Just a giant fucking... It's a sewer gator. It's a crocagator, and it's just covering the whole place. The tax down here in Missouri is making bank. Southern Missouri counties still hate the shit. It's weird. Huh. And I think that's like the way that it'll be in Minnesota. In Minnesota, there'll be a bunch of people who hate the fucking stuff, but they're allowed to regulate that businesses can't open up. But it's legal, so they can't really stop it. And I'm sure when those counties and stuff can take a cut of the taxes, they absolutely will. Which Resi-run dispensary is this? Richard had... what's it called? Want a Big One. I don't know what is that the name of the tribe? It's Want a Big One. That's all I know. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like the tribe like branched out and opened up dispensaries in places, and they put one there. They put one in where they literally put a dispensary in where the old medical dispensary was, because the medical dispensary moved across town, or not even across town, but just like moved over a block and a half. And so they opened up in the old medical dispensary one. And the funny part is the medical dispensary one has a bigger location. I don't think they're using it as much. The Wanna Big One people, oh boy, are they busy. So there you go. If weed was legal in the UK, crime would go down. I mean, maybe crime would go down. Yep, it will be county by county. But they'll all take, but like you said, Link to the Jake, they'll all take the taxes. They'll all take the taxes. They'll all take that blasphemous money. But they'll hate the devil's lettuce as a whole. They'll take the money, though. It's kind of the fucked up part. I feel like if you're going to hate on it, you can't take the cash either. You can't take the money. You can't. That's blood money. You can't take the blood money and pour what you did to get it. Oh, God. If we end up doing a hype train, I'm screwed. I don't have any more water, and I don't want to get up again. Where? The Rise? Yeah, dude. It used to be Leafline Labs, but it moved. So, and where it was. And no, then it became Rise Medical. Yeah, Rise's one is now Wanna Big One. And it's a pretty decent place. I went in there. They had a lot of options I wasn't interested in. They had the one I wanted. I got that. And then again, like I said, got a nice slap on the wrist of a tax, and I went, woo. Oh boy. That's smelling like all like damn near 25, 30, or 35%. That seems like a touch much. We got the bear walking into this. We got a bear walking into a Southern Arizona grocery store. We got the Spectrum story. Let's do the Spectrum one. Somebody saying that the weather, or talking about the internet being taken out by a bullet. I bet we get an ad though when we click the. Oh, let's say watch live. I don't want to watch it live.
Down to 64. Same goes for Wichita Falls tomorrow.
No, I don't. I want the story. I thought there was a video. I don't. Did you hoodwink me? They might have got me. Yeah, that's just watch the news live. Dallas, several Spectrum internet users in North Texas were knocked offline on Friday. So this is from last week. Now I don't care at all. Took a while to get to me, and it's not worth it now. It's not worth it now, so we'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. I think I'm going to get a haircut tonight. Thank you, Brian. I didn't know if we needed to know, but I'm glad you shared. We're going for another hour, and we've got the other things up. I don't even know. I'm not even about looking into those. Let's cover the thing in Britain. Bike thefts at train stations have now been decriminalized. It is no longer a crime to steal a bike from a train station. British Transport Police, or the BTP, says it will not investigate bike thefts outside of stations where the bicycle has been left for more than 2 hours. It means most bike thefts will not be investigated, and CCTV footage will not be looked at outside a 2-hour time frame. To prevent bike thefts, which have skyrocketed, British authorities have installed safe storage units at train stations that lock bicycles into steel frames. All right. So they're stealing. So bike chains no longer work. Video after video of people stealing bikes. The British police say they have bigger things to worry about, so they aren't going to do anything about stolen bikes anymore. Guys, we got bigger things to worry about. You know, like your angry memes and tweets. We're not going to stop the bike theft. We're not going to stop the bike theft. We're just going to stop whoever posted this video of the bike theft on Twitter.
Leave it alone. What? Leave it alone. Walk away. Does anyone call the police then?
Again, your society should be able to en masse just beat up that guy. This is clearly a dude being a piece of shit. And I also want to know, how can you stand there? So leave it alone, walk away. And you're just like, no, I'm just going to keep stealing it. And I'm being filmed. I'm just going to keep stealing it. But again, the guy who shared this tweet, he might be in trouble. But the guy committing the crime, no. That's how UK is handling it now. The guy sharing the video, he's a dick. We gotta lock him down. This guy, what do you want to do?
Do you want to stop him? Making a bite.
Again, I feel like letting him walk away is part of the problem. So, Johnny 8 Bucks, love this show. I don't have a Patreon. So no. I'd say absolutely not. I don't have a Patreon. Do they steal the bikes to resell? Yeah, what is with the bike theft? Are you making a lot of money on selling stolen bikes? Or do they just steal the bikes to get around? The skinny jeans are also part of the problem. I do agree, skinny jeans are a sign of an issue. I feel like we could maybe start profiling people who prefer skinny jeans. I feel like people who just wear skinny jeans because they're skinny enough to do it and they're comfortable in them and they're available would be able to like wear baggier clothing. But if you can't and you have to go to the skinny jeans, we got to look at you. So it's a good idea. Britain is a fucked up country. I'm glad we seceded in 1776. Red Scooper, we ain't doing so hot. I just got done with a story about all of the fraud that they're committing in Minnesota, in my home state. We've got the feeding our futures. We've got the COVID one. We've got the handicap assistance one. And now 50% of all immigrants in the Minneapolis area are apparently committing not one type of, not the same type of, but multiple types of immigration fraud. Multiple types. I love that we're just, just get them all. Why would you, like Pokemon, just collect them all. The whole gaggle. All right, so the British police say they have bigger things to worry about. The BTP said the more time our officers spend reviewing CCTV, the less time they have available for patrolling railway stations and trains, investigating crimes which cause the most harm. Well, if you guys would arrest these people, it'd be fine. Hey, I know what you could do, BTP. You could get some more manpower. You take people off of the Let's Patrol Facebook route, and maybe we'll get that. We got too many people that are internet copping. It starts with bikes, whether crimes of the British police deemed too unimportant. Meh. Simon Feldman has had one of his bikes taken already from outside the Watford Junction station, and an attempt was made recently to steal another. He informed the BTP, which told him officers would not investigate the theft, which happened while he was on a shift in London, as he had left the bike at the station for 10 hours. The BTP report came back after one reported it. Or no, the BTP report came back after I reported it, and it said they wouldn't investigate it even though it's right under a camera. And I found out that if you have left your bike for more than 2 hours, they won't investigate it, he said. Oh boy. Link to the Jake. That is a lot of emojis. I forgot the emoji thing was still there. That's funny. I think that's all the Pokemon. That is awesome. That is all of the Pokemon. Now we have them all. $45 minutes left in the program. I swear, it's like they know I'm going to get a hold of them. 45 minutes left in the program. We still have like, $25, $30 to knock out of our goal. We'll see what we get out of Rumble and the others for that. Where are we here? Let's double check these. Doesn't look like that's a thing, which is shitty. Well. What are you going to do? It's been a weird day. From my situation with my KBS being very all over the place at the beginning and everything else. Transportation is optional, apparently. Yeah, transportation is optional if you use a bike to get to work and you leave it in a place where it should be safe, even right under a camera. They won't investigate. Now, do you think it's just that the cops are lazy or that they're sick of the people they keep finding out are stealing the bikes? I have a feeling like maybe it's the same, like we're getting a lot of the same culprits in the bike theft, and they're like, and that's not helpful. Although, I don't know, has bike theft been big for a while, or has there been an uptick, I guess? I haven't been keeping track on British bike theft. It hasn't really been a big one that worries me, so have not been watching too much on the British bike theft. God, I want to shave so bad. Or at least trim around my face. It's just not fun. Okay, we're going to be going for another 45 minutes. I think it's safe enough to... We've had the chat off the screen long enough. We can throw the chat box back on. Where is it at? There we go. We'll do that. That way I don't have to remember to do it tomorrow. We'll bring it back tomorrow. And then we'll get to this. People are reporting that the ocean in North Carolina apparently swelled and took out a bunch of houses. We've got a couple of different video clips for you on it. Let's open like a new tab. Let's open all of these at once while we get ready for this. I don't think... Oh, dear Lord, there's a lot of these. So apparently North Carolina got hit really, really hard. The banks of North Carolina. Most of these homes were built long ago. Beach erosion on the Outer Banks is very aggressive. And we will see this happen in small and large storms for years to come. Buxton, in particular, sits way out on the point, subject to the most extreme erosion. Ooh, that is way out there. That is way out there. Hey, everybody. We got a kitty. It's Tegra. Linked to Jake. Oh, damn. Yeah, we got a lot of houses falling. It's the kitty. Da-da-da. She'll run now. So where I live, the train stations almost never have bikes. And I live in a very fit state, says Red Scooper. But yeah, you're in a state. This is in London. Kitty alert, says Link to the Jake. It is. It's Tegra. She felt the need to show up, and now she's stepping on my mic cable. She just wants to step on my earphone cable, so I pull it out of my socket again. All right, you little rascal. All right, so where I live, there, transportation is optional. So okay. All right, so let's go to a couple of these. This is what's happening. Dude, look at like these ones. Why are the poles getting so thin down there? And how high up do they need to be? Like, does the beach swell that high? Do we need it up that high because it swells up there, or does it swell up to here? Where is it when it's at its peak? So we're just going to wash the houses out? Again, is it that the houses that the beaches have eroded that much? I feel like you'd have to kind of fix that problem. Those houses look so dumb. Yeah, I don't get why they're up so high. Why are they on such high stilts if they're not getting a lot of water? I'll say this. You want to live literally right on the beach. Well, guess what you just asked for? Wild Saffron. Firstly, Tigra, you have a fan. Wild Saffron's your biggest fan, so say hello to Wild Saffron. And stop nuzzling my mic into my face. Very big fan of you, Tigra. Yeah, no, those people won't be allowed to rebuild because of the current building code. There was a 7-foot surge from that storm. Well, we have a couple of clips of the storm. Let's load the next one. And now I've got cat fur on my face because I dared to bring a kitty over here. All right, so we have this one. Yeah, I forgot who said it. Forgot who said it, but yeah, I agree with you. These houses are fucking dumb. What is that, a boathouse? Is that a legit house? I'm guessing since it's a clip and we're seeing so much debris over here that you ain't long for this world. Some of your poles are showing. I can see your pole swaying, sir. I can see what would we call that? Your house dick? I can see your house dick swinging. Up. All right. Support's gone. We're hearing things crack and crinkle. We know what this means. Water erosion takes out the logs after a while. And yeah, they have to be that high because of swelling and hurricanes and such. The cat left when the house did. Bye, Tigra. Bye, house. We all live in the brown submarine. That house looks like it's fairly waterproof. It's going out. So you can hear people complain like, oh, no. Like, yeah, the nice pets. I love my kitty. If you drive down through Key West, you see a lot of these along the way. I mean, I don't want anyone to lose their home. I don't root for that. But at the same rate, like, you know what you're asking for when that's where your house is. That's the same way I know I'm in for risking basement flooding living here. And that's one of the many reasons I don't want to keep doing that. All right, so let's check this out. Wasn't this a scene out of Equalizer 2? I could have swore this was Equalizer 2. Just houses on the end. This one looks kind of cool. This looks like it's a shop or something. All right, let's close that. That's not anywhere near as much as I thought. That was just a quick one. All right, I could have swore we covered this one, but let's... Multiple houses collapse in Buxton. Yeah, we got this one. Because the one with the stilts is behind it. And this... Alright, so this is like montage footage. I don't have to do all the others now that I have this one. And I need to remember while this is playing, go put the chat box back up on here. And yeah, we saw this one. You're going to go bye-bye. That's probably going to be one of the last ones, right? A wise man builds his house upon the rocks. Yeah, I don't like this, but that's... I want to live on the beach. I want to be 2 seconds from the beach. I want to step off my stoop to be on the beach. Well, I'm your genie, wish granted. Here's what that gets you. Now your house is on the beach. Enjoy. So yeah, I would pick a more firm foundation to build your home. I would say anytime your house is in a place that naturally washes away. There's a reason there aren't trees on the beach. Your house and the poles that it's built on, those are like trees. Guess what? There's a reason those aren't on the beach for it. They don't last. Oh, dude. Oh, we didn't have this one. They had an aerial view that we didn't have before. Oh, that was the house that was, doing animal style in and out, in and out. And now this one went down too. And it just collapsed. Oh my God, it was so hard to predict that this would happen. Oh, dude. This house wasn't cheap. These beachfront homes were not cheap. And my question is, does the insurance company honor this? So now we're safe further back. It's just all these guys out on the edge. Ooh. That is rough. Insured, next house is already being built. Nice landing. Yeah, some of them really stuck the landing, and as long as the house didn't drift away, you'd be okay. Johnny's new house. It is, I don't need a set of stairs to get in that one. It literally fell to the ground. So, yeah. God, I wish I had remembered to get my water. I've got 30 minutes left in the program. We're $30 away from being bingo for the show. Was his name-o. So, we'll check. If we don't hit that anytime soon, we'll just go check those before we log off or something and see how we do. We're also doing our Digger's very excited for her return next week because we're bringing back the Go F Me show. We put it off because of her vacation. She wanted to be here for that. So we're bringing it back next week, Friday, the big Go F Me show. Johnny's Exotic Boathouses. Not even a little. You have to have a special insurance policy if you can afford it and find a company willing to write the policy. I got to say, there's got to be some... I'm just excited to find out that there'll be some way the insurance companies weaseled out of it and are like, nah, we're not responsible for beach erosion. You should have taken care of that yourself. And that's another good question. If you had, enough, strong supports, did your house weather this storm or did they all go bye-bye? I'm guessing they all went bye-bye. So, all right. So that's all of those. That's the entire thing we did there. From that to this, confirms credible alligator sighting. All right, so I'm going to do this rip and read quick, and then we're going to get to the DNR alligator sighting in Detroit. I don't know who I feel more worried for. The element in Detroit running into the alligator or the alligator running into the element. All right, so vacationers decided an AI should plan their trip for their dream destinations to have they decided an AI would be the best way to plan their vacation trip. They are shocked to learn many of their destinations don't actually exist. So they went to see amazing places that do not exist. According to the BBC, one couple was on their way to a local guide of Miguel Angel Gongora Meza, who overheard the enthusiastic plans of hiking into the Andes unaccompanied to see the fabled sacred canyon of Humetry? They showed me a screenshot confidently written full of vivid adjectives, but it was not true. There is no sacred canyon of humanity or humanity, said Gongora Meza. The name is a combination of two places that have no relation to the description. The tourist paid nearly $160 in order to get to a rural road in the environs of Melipecta without a guide or a destination. This sort of misinformation is perilous in Peru. Oh my God. So you guys ended up on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere in Peru because the AI told you to go there. This is the best. Oh my God. Darwin Award of the year, if not at least the month. According to one survey, 30% of travelers use AI tools and AI travel sites to plan their trips. Dana Yao and her husband recently used ChatGPT to plan a sunset viewing trip of Mount Mizzen. They set off at 1500 hours to hike the mountain summit in time for sunset, exactly as ChatGPT had instructed them. That's when the problem showed up, said Yao, a creator who runs a blog about traveling in Japan. When we were ready to descend the mountain via the ropeway station that ChatGPT said last ropeway down was at 7:30, but in reality, the ropeway had already been closed, so we were stuck at the mountaintop. Another couple went to see a scenic cable car attraction in Malaysia, only to find out the place was made by AI. Neither the location nor the cable cars were real. Oh, and we've got a video for this.
Okey, sekarang ni kami nak ke lokasi di mana kereta kabel telah siap sepenuhnya dibina. Di Kampung Kuat.
All right, so never mind. This is a story in languages I don't speak to hear that a couple of people went in a cable car. The couple tried to sue the journalist in the video for misleading them, only to learn that she too was completely AI generated. Oh my God. That is awesome. Hey, your AI advertisement ruined my vacation, and I will not stand for it. Phil Suppose, yes, but the beachfront view. It's not worth the beachfront view is not worth the soggy beach landing that the house made. So personally, I guess that's where I land. That's where I land. Global warming is real, but not for the reasons the left tell you. We are still exiting an ice age. Hence the north and south pole Earth axis has shifted, changing climates and wind directions, etc. There's because of the 3i Atlas bullshit, there's a lot of talk about the energy signals that Atlas absorbed from the sun and stuff like that. And they're like, Earth's being supercharged to have megaquakes. So we'll find out about that, I guess. Google search can solve this. I feel like, yeah, dude, you have to really put, like, ChatGPT, you trusted that was going to give you the accurate answer. I feel like, why wouldn't you get a hold, if you're going to travel to these places, why wouldn't you get a hold of some sort of travel agency that knows it? One more reason to hate AI, says Dear Butch. Definitely one more reason to be worried about it. I really feel bad for the people that, like, they booked their destination based off of an AI commercial, and when they found out it was an AI commercial, they got mad, so they wanted to sue the lady in the commercial. It's like, well, she's AI too. I know, we'll take on the internet. That'll do it. So yeah, I'm definitely not booking any vacation without going through like a real like travel agency. I'm not booking, well then again, I never would anyway. I'm not booking a destination vacation based off of the video I saw. Like, that's just risky. I've seen way too. I saw Will Smith eating spaghetti, and I've seen where we've landed. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. You have to see the new Enron egg. Amazing new tech. What's an Enron egg? Let's look that up quick, fanatical Bucks fan. Thought that was fake. Yeah, I thought this was fake.
Do you know this egg can power your house for 10 years? Yes, you heard it right. This egg delivers continuous 200 amp power for a full decade with just one fuel fill. Meet the Enron egg, the revolutionary home nuclear reactor. No blackouts, no price hikes, just clean, reliable energy.
I mean, clean? What about the nuclear waste?
Day and night, year after year. Military-grade shielding. Zero emissions.
This thing's not real, though, right? This is an AI thing.
Limited units available. Visit Enron.com now to claim.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not a real thing. Pretty sure it's not real. Trick rating, I don't feel bad for them. I mean, I do on anyone who lost their house. I feel bad for that. Anyone who lost their house. Oh, you mean the people who fell for the AI thing? Yeah, I don't feel bad for the people who fell for the AI thing. They have a whole website. Dude, I don't know. I that could have been a sneeze. It could have been my bullshit meter. I'm gonna assume sneeze because I've had this weird allergy thing. Let's see what the internet says, because the internet would never lie. No, the Enron egg, an advertised compact nuclear reactor for home use, is not real. It is a piece of performance art and satire created by Connor. Okay, now I need to know if this name can't be real. Connor Gaydos? Gaydos. Like DOS, like in DOS, but just Connor Gaydos, the co-founder of the Birds Aren't Real movement. The fictional website for the Enron egg includes a clear disclaimer stating that the content is for entertainment and is protected parody, not a legitimate product. Fanatical Bucks fan. They have a website. Who we are, the egg, the service, by clicking accept and agree statement. Reject all. Okay. Employee portal, career, our team, energy service. Let's see. Thank you for shopping. Protected by Microsoft. Yeah, dude, I don't know what any of this is. I'm just gonna go again. But the website. I don't care. I'm investing in Enron again. Yeah, I don't think all right, let's go back. I don't think it's I don't think that one's real though. I'm just gonna say I don't really think who we are. Introducing the egg. Where's the disclaimer? Stay connected. Join our mailing list. Meet the egg. I am Enron Energy, our values. They really put a lot in there. But I will say this, I'm not seeing that disclaimer I was told is blatant and available. The egg, nuclear reactor reveal, heat resistant casing, all this bullshit. The uranium zirconium hydride reactor combines advanced. Yeah, I pre-order now for our letter. Does the egg work? Again, I'm not seeing the disclaimer I was told was blatant and in there. All right. Websites can be AI. I don't know. He added DOS to his name. Didn't want to be called that anymore. Oh. That helped. I'm going to say, you know what? Why change your last name altogether when you could just add DOS to the end of it? That'll really bail you out. Fanatical Bucks fan, 100% fake, but what a good idea. What could go wrong? I mean, other than it leaking radioactive material of some sort, melting down and exploding. other than those things, nothing, really. So the birds are real. I mean, I'm going to go with yes. With the number of them that I've seen on my patio, well, not my patio, on the number of them I've seen on the patio in this house, the number of them I've seen on the ground, and the way I've watched the cats go apeshit for them, the number of them I've seen in the bird feeders, because I haven't had anyone steal my bird feeders. I keep nice bird feeders. So, yeah, I'd go with probably. All right. So, there we go. There. The Enron egg is, like I said, it's not. It seemed a little too when we got there. I'm so out of sorts. I apologize. We have about 20 minutes left. I'm kind of, you know what it is? I'm resigned to the fact that we're probably just gonna bottom out on $20 of the goal, and it sucks. So that's what it is. I'm just mentally in a spot, is what it is. Okay. Bear walked into Southern Arizona grocery store and ran around for a few minutes. I'm seeing this picture here. I don't think this is a bear as much as a cub. But Arizona, you got to understand, it's Fat Bear Week. He's got to load up on his carbs.
What's that?
Yeah, that's just a little baby bear. That's just a little baby bear. He's not even gonna stand a chance for Fat Bear Week. He's in the fucking honey aisle. Guys, he's going after the honeycomb. Get out of the breakfast cereals. Get out of the breakfast cereals. All right, so here's my question. Does a bear shit in the deli section?
Yes, a bear is in the store. Yogi Bear.
Did you just say Yogi Bear? Yes, a bear is in the store. Yogi Bear. Government doesn't need birds to spy on you. It uses Wi-Fi signals. I totally believe that. He's looking for the jelly donuts. He totally was. He was looking too small for a rug, says Deer Butch. I mean, yeah. This is honestly, too small to really be afraid of it. Like, you're bigger than that bear. I mean, can that bear pick you up? Yes, that bear can pick you up. But, I mean, ultimately, the bear is going to be more afraid of you. You're bigger and more imposing. Unless you're me. Like, if I'm rolling through that grocery store and I see the bear, I'm like, well, shit. Now I'm in trouble. He had to go to the deli. He wanted a bear claw. That's what that deserved. We've got about 10 minutes till the 4:20 timer. We can get the bubbler out here. We haven't done a hype train or anything over on Twitch. If you guys want to do that, cool. I would appreciate it. We're like $20 or so from being through the fundy door today. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate if you can help out. If not, I don't know. I'm not going to beg for it for a while. That's for sure. All right, let's close that story out there. We've got you ready for 10 minutes from now. Let's check up on the chat. Small for a rug. All right, cool. Cool. So let's find out the facts about this. A bear surprised shoppers at a Southern Arizona grocery store when it walked through the front door, ran around inside for a few minutes before exiting the building. So he just came in, ran, got a tour of the place, and well, thank God he didn't learn there's a whole lot of food there. Over the weekend, the bear was seen in the neighborhood near the Fry's location, and it was spotted again Monday behind the store before entering it. Right before entering the store, the animal bumped up against the automatic doors and managed to eventually walk in. It just ran around, Wright said. I don't think it did any damage. No, he's just planning. He's planning his route for when he comes back to eat the food. The video taken by the shopper showed a man looking for the bear inside the store. After peering down his phone, the man looked up to find a bear within several feet of him. The bear ran away from the man. All right, that's a very accurate description. The animal was seen at some point in the store's produce section, but it isn't believed to have taken anything. An officer who was nearby arrived at the store and worked to get people out of the building. Authorities lost track of the bear after it left the store. We have had several bear sightings in Oro Valley, Wright said. We occasionally get them coming out of the desert, but this is the most interesting interaction we've had with one. Yeah, I'd say a solid way to go, Mark, on not having had many bear interactions in your show. Check your Venmo and open up. Oh, I will do that, lab class. Matthew Quall. Oh, dude, I just got 10 from Matthew Quall to put us down. You can do it. You can hit the goal. Help will come. Thank you, Matthew Quall, for all of that inspiring and uplifting stuff. So we have to take that down, and we haven't subtracted Rumble and Twitch, so we'll see what they do off of the goal, which is now specifically at 25 before we do Rumble and Twitch. I think we made at least 10 before that, 5. And then Lab Glass with a giant donation, $100. Call me Big Daddy Lab. All right, so that takes that out, and we're at, before we add in Rumble and Twitch, what's Monday? Monday is October. It's the 3rd, it's the 4th, 5th, so it's the 6th. So we're now at 55 on the 6th before we factor in Rumble and Twitch today. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that very much, Mr. Q and Lab Glass. All right, let's sit up straight here. We've got about 15 minutes left in the program. I need to see if I can find some videos. I already did that one, I think. It just didn't highlight it. So we went through it too fast. I don't want to do the taping your mouth shut thing, but I mean, I guess we could talk about it in a minute. We do have the credible alligator sighting, so we'll do the taping your mouth shut thing and then the credible alligator sighting. If people have any stories they want us to cover, I guess we can check that. Lab Glass is awesome. Lab Glass is very awesome. Thank you again for your continued amazing support, Lab Glass. It's very, very humbling. I am honored that you continue to do that. Some people tape their mouths shut at night. Doctors wish they wouldn't. I have never done this, but I was telling Digger when I found this story, you don't tape your mouth shut at night because you snore. You tape your mouth shut at night because somebody complained about you snoring. Like, that's when you tape your mouth shut. And to celebrate Labby, we'll use this guy for a second. Thank you very much again, Lab Glass, for supporting the program. Whew. I really wish I had brought water when I went to the restroom. I really should have done it. I'm not going to make it in 5 minutes for 420. I'm not going to make it through 5 minutes in 420. It's going to take me out really, really bad. All right, let's get through this story and then into the credible alligator sightings in Detroit. I feel like that's a fun one to end on, if nothing else. Detroit has alligators. I am going to say my hand is not feeling as super strong now as it has. Like, I'm doing the thing like it's there's some weakness, but is the weakness me because of the weed? And I did only take the pill a couple hours ago, so we'll see how it goes, and maybe we lose our gains. I'll have to see what happens. But we will continue taking the pills. All right. You would think someone who smokes weed as much as me, my body would not violently reject it so much. I know some people are like, Johnny, maybe that's a sign. Yeah, but we've tried obeying my body. It's not like it works better when I don't smoke weed. Having your mouth taped shut is the stuff of nightmares. Not really. I mean, some people are just kinky, but some people are doing that to themselves, and it's just an attempt to sleep better. How are they sleeping better? Some on social media say it's a hack for getting more and better sleep and to reduce snoring. The claims, which are not backed by science, are taking off on places like TikTok. Of course, and sometimes pushed by people working for companies selling related products. Yeah, the whole mouth tape thing. The studies behind mouth tape are small, the benefits are modest, and the potential risks are there, says Dr. Kimberly Hutchinson, a neurologist and sleep medicine expert at Oregon Health and Science University. Some of those risks include making sleep disorders like sleep apnea worse or even causing suffocation. Look, if we start finding people who willingly tape their mouth shut dead from trying to sleep, I'm going to laugh. They, like, no offense, their body wasn't rigged to live, and they did the one thing they shouldn't. It is better to breathe through your nose most of the time. Mouth breathing in adults is not a major health problem, but it is better to breathe through your nose, experts say. Your nose is naturally filtering the air, trapping dust and other allergens before they can get into your lungs. If you are breathing with your mouth open at night, you could wake up with a dry mouth and an irritated throat, which can contribute to bad breath and oral health problems. Mouth breathing is also associated with more snoring. Okay, so then what's wrong with taping your mouth? But even though breathing through your nose is better than breathing through your mouth, taping your mouth shut isn't the best way to fix the issue. Well, you're not giving me a lot of options, news article. There's no strong evidence it helps improve sleep. A few studies have been conducted, most of which showed little or no impact, but they were so small, experts say conclusions should not be drawn from them. Then why did we do them in the first place? Meanwhile, there are potential dangers to be avoided. Dr. David Schulman, a sleep doctor of Emory University, love their boards, said they are, among other things, to try, like prescription mouthpieces that can open up your airway, or a CPAP machine if you're a smoker or an overweight person. For example, quitting smoking and losing weight can help. Hey, are you trying to genocide fat people by saying that they snore more and it's unhealthy in their sleep? Mouth breathers are dumb and ugly. It's scientifically proven, says Fanatical Bucks fan. No. And you are right. After that, might need to boof some Ivan over the weekend to see how it goes. I don't think I'll boof it. I'm not a boofer. I am not a boofer. So not going to boof it. Thank you for the suggestion, though. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. All right, so mouth breathing could be a sign of something serious. So find out the safest approach to figure out exactly why you're breathing with your mouth, because there could be something else going on. You may be breathing through your mouth because you have obstructive sleep apnea, a sleep disorder which breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep because of a blocked airway. The disorder is linked to both open mouth breathing and snoring and is typically treated with a CPAP machine. The reason sleep apnea can be bad is that any decrease in the quality of sleep can affect your day-to-day. Yeah. Look, you give me the red meat. How many people died from taping their mouth shut and going to bed? I got no reports of deaths. We're really worried about somebody suffocating in their sleep. And don't get me wrong, that is a nightmare scenario. But I got no reports of deaths here. I can't get upset about the... Uh-oh, it's 4:20. I'm amazed nobody was on me for that. Usually people are. I've got to bounce out on 420. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Wild Saffron. Thank you for being part of the program. We've had a phenomenal day today. We're knocked out for tomorrow, and we're into Monday. So everything tomorrow just goes further to Monday. I'll be on this Sunday doing the WoW raid. For people that want that, I'll have to start promoting the Warcraft account or whatever that I use. So yes, I'll be raiding this Sunday on World of Warcraft Mana Forge Omega. I believe Brian the Science will be joining us. Silver Slinger, if I'm remembering it correctly, and then Bricks Gaming. So at least the 5 of us streaming it. And hopefully we'll be having a fun time with that. I'm going to have to use my microphone. That's the sad part. I have to use my my camera microphone for my other webcam for Discord for that. So that way my audio sources don't get mixed. And I can speak and people hear me in the Discord, but they don't hear the game audio going through. Like, I'm going to have the Rodecaster input taken out and switch. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but I'll do it. And yeah, so we'll have multiple people. I got to change my intro up a little bit, and we'll be doing that this Sunday. If you enjoy the video game stuff, be sure to check out this Sunday. Raiding through Omega Forge, which last time I think we made it to the end. We didn't get through the end. We made it there. So we'll see if we can do it this time. Not enough did, unfortunately. Anyone that follows social media for just medical tip is just proving Darwin was right. $181 for tabs on the woman's car. Damn, my cheap piece of crap, only 43. Yeah, that's the screwed up thing. Tabs on your vehicle are based on how new it is. Because your tabs are based on the value of your vehicle. But it's like, so I'm driving a cheap piece of shit, so I don't have to pay as much for the roads, even though I use them every bit as much. And my car is every bit as... So, but like, if you have a cheap piece of shit that's like capable of dying and causing an accident and could ultimately be more detrimental to the roadway system as a whole, you don't bear any more liability. In fact, you bear less. Strange. Maybe they just assume like the cheaper your car is, the more you're going to need to buy a new one. So they're kind of giving you a break on the tabs because they're going to catch you in the back end. I don't know. Says to me, I got to start buying cheap pieces of shit.
Now to the talk of Metro Detroit. This alligator spotted near Belle Isle.
Hard to believe, but the Michigan
We got a
DNR
crocagator
the report from a concerned citizen, and tonight they're calling it credible.
So we sent 7 News Detroit reporter Jeffrey Lindblom on
Yes,
the hunt.
yes. I love this lineup. I love this local lineup. I can't wait to meet... Oh, she spotted the alligator. Well, with those magnifying glasses, how could she have missed it? I can't wait to hear what Alonzo Cleaves has to say about the alligator in Detroit. And Alfonso Bardas. Now I don't think the Alonzo and Alfonso... What are the odds in Detroit that when you're doing a news story, you get an Alonzo and an Alfonso? That I'm calling bullshit now. All semis are the same. 4 tabs, says Trucker 18-wheeler. Huh. Interesting.
He tracked down the woman who says she saw the gator and broke the news to people visiting Belle Isle.
Typically, I'm on the hunt for stories, but...
Oh, wow. Let's put some exposition in this. Jeffrey doesn't get a lot of screen time.
Now here on Belle Isle, I'm actually on the hunt for wildlife. Oh, wait a minute. What's that?
Crocagator. Oh, God, he really doesn't get screen time. Dude, this isn't how you get into a bigger market.
Oh, no, that's just a seagull eating a banana. I'm not on the hunt for something that flies. Rather, I'm on the hunt for... Oh, wait. What's that over there?
Oh, God, dude. Dude. This is getting cringy as shit, buddy. Dude, oh, someone's new.
There. Nope, that's a squirrel eating a pistachio. I'm on the hunt for something that really doesn't belong here.
There is a freaking crocodile or alligator over here.
Lynn Blasey is no stranger to an afternoon paddleboard.
She's out on a paddleboard? I'd be freaking out.
Trip.
I see lots of turtles, fish.
But she is a stranger to what she saw on her most recent outing.
Right beside me, there was something that I was like, wait a minute, what? Where's that?
It was hard for her to believe
it's
what
a crocagator. Holy shit. It's finally proving true. If that water wet, there's alligators in that water.
Yup, an alligator in Detroit.
Oh, I did a triple, quadruple take.
With her boyfriend taking a snooze nearby, she started sizing up the animal.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I find the boyfriend harder to believe than the alligator, but okay.
And although it's only a couple of feet in length, she worried it might not be alone.
So I'm like, okay, Is there does this alligator have a parent somewhere?
Yeah, they're
that
on
is more of a
vacation. Look,
threat?
an AI booked their trip. It told them that this was the best spot ever, and they're here. They're like, you know what? The Chat GPT said that river in Detroit, that's the place to be. It was a horrible mix-up.
Scrambling for...
Believe me, you know what the alligators said when they got there? The alligators were hanging out on the Detroit lake there, and they just went, wow, didn't expect so many blacks. They're racist alligators.
Screenshot of her location off Dryker Trail, hoping to share that information with Michigan DNR, which she did.
He's like, oh, you saw it too?
As for the crocodilian question concerning Curious Alfonso and Delonso, what's it doing there?
I think somebody released him. He got too big.
Right. Somebody released them. Because, they're totally otherwise natural in the environment.
Everybody got scared.
I'd probably, jump down on top of it, grab its mouth, try and clamp it shut, pick it up, bring it to where it needs to go.
Check his computer. He wants this alligator too bad. He really dude, you want to what to the alligator? I'm sorry. You jump down on it, clamp its mouth shut. Why do you immediately go S&M bondage style? We don't know nothing about this alligator. It might not be that bad of a thing, maybe?
Probably not.
Michigan DNR says do the opposite. Keep a safe distance, and they also say releasing wild animals and pets into the park is prohibited.
Right. I'm sure the person who decided to release a wild alligator into the park really thought about the crime they were committing. I'm sure they went, no, wait a minute. This is illegal? You mean I'm not allowed to keep an alligator, and then when it becomes unruly, just ditch it into the park? I'm not allowed to do that. Forget the fact that even if it never got caught, it would die in the winter and you're a horrible person because that animal's just going to fall asleep and die. Maybe eat a paddleboard or two beforehand. I don't know. How cold does it get in Detroit? I'm pretty sure it gets cold in Detroit. Was a pet, and now he's not. Some idiot released it, waiting for the winter. Yeah. Dear Lord, Mr. Q. Was a pet, now he's not. Was illegal to possess. Right, he was illegal to possess. So wait, you're going to admit to having an illegal pet so you can dispose of it legally? Very cold in Detroit. Yeah, so I'm guessing they thought release it into the wild and it'll just die, which is kind of dude, that's you want to have a pet? That's kind of sick.
It's a wonderful place to experience wildlife. Yeah.
As you have proven, you experienced some pretty wild life.
Yeah, and you really got a taste for that.
I sure did.
Michigan DNR says that although the animal appears to be small, it can still be dangerous, not only to public safety, but also to the animal itself. And of course,
pretty much anybody's small cats, dogs, birds, anything tiny. Children.
The ecosystem. So if you happen to see anything, they're really encouraging you to contact them, which you can figure out how to do on our website, wxyz.com.
Your website is wxyz.com. That your call letters are WXYZ. That's got to be the most entertaining part of this story to me. So wait, your call letters are WXYZ. Reporting for WXYZ, I'm ABCDEFG, HIJKLMNOP. And that's the facts. Oh my God. I don't know why that part of the story is now my favorite part. My favorite part is it was reported. I am actually going to sleep sounder tonight knowing that there is a WXYZ station. I don't know why. Show's over, buddy. Time to shut her down. Thanks for another great stream. Thank you, Lexi, for being here. Thank you, Lab Glass, and everyone for supporting. We'll see what Twitch and Rumble made today when it's all finished tabulating, and we'll put those into the goal and let you know tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for another 3.5-hour program. I will be back this Sunday, I believe, at 4 p.m. I will make sure to know for sure tomorrow to let you know, for another game stream of World of Warcraft raiding the Omega raid. And I got to start putting together that week 1 Mectin video to pump out there. So we got a lot of things to do. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. Take care, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news.